What's going on, Broncos country? Welcome on into our Broncos Texans Week 13 watch party. 2 6-5 teams squaring off a big matchup for AFC playoff tiebreakers. So before we get into the game, let me know who you got in this game, Broncos or Texans. Denver's riding a 5-game winning streak. Houston, up until their last loss, had won 4 out of their last 5. So two teams that are playing well, right? Texans winning 4 out of their last 6, and Denver winning 5 in a row. In fact, this game has so much attention that the big networks and the big cheese decided to move it to its own standalone-ish spot at noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern, to not conflict with the highly anticipated 49ers-Eagles game at 2:25 Mountain Time. So let me know who you got in this one. Broncos Texans, as Kawhi AF gets the party started with a super chat right before kickoff. Now, I do want to quickly add right now that we are a little thin here at Chat Sports today. Some guys took some PTO, the nerve. I could never on a Sunday. And then with the college football, playoff committee deciding the final 4 teams, we have a whole team working on that. So I am actually solo right now. I am flying by myself, no co-pilot. So I am the one pressing all the buttons. So there might be a little bit of an awkward silence or two as I put everything on screen. So just bear with me until we get some reinforcements from the college football show, which will wrap up probably in the next half hour or so. But who you got in this game? Let me know down in the comment section. Little Rap says Broncos. Shaylin says Denver. Little Rap, what's going on, dude? Lizbeth, Broncos win 24-14. Let me throw on Kawhi AF's super chat right now as we get closer and closer to kickoff here, just a moment away. First super chat of the day, Kawhi AF. Can't wait to see another win for the Broncos. Even so, best of luck to both teams. Kawhi AF, we got 2 good teams here. I did not expect to be talking about the Houston Texans to be playoff teams, to be a playoff contender at this stage in the season, or really any stage in the season, I suppose. Kawhi AF. Okay, like I said, I'm flying solo today. So I'm just pressing all the buttons by myself. All right, there we go. Kawhi AF, thank you so much for the super chat. I do want to add you to our super chat raffle item giveaway, which I'm excited to share with you guys in just a moment, although Kawhi may not be a huge fan of this based on their message. So what we did for today's show is we got a nice cowboy hat, and then I got a little bit vulgar, we'll put it, and we got F the Texans hat. So for every single super chat we get, I'm going to sign the name of the super chatter, $5 or more, on this hat, and then we're going to raffle the hat off at the end of the game. So Kawhi AF, we're adding you right now to the F the Texans hat, and then I'll put it on every single time we get a $5 super chat. But we are ready for kickoff just about in H-Town as Kawhi AF sends in the first super chat of the day. I've got like 2 mouses. I got all sorts of stuff here. Ty Man, the Buckeye, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're having a good day. Sorry about it's no surprise the Buckeyes weren't going to make the playoff. But Denver's going to kick it off to start the game, and the Texans will get the ball first. So it'll be CJ Stroud going up against Patrick Surtain and this defense. All right, Kawhi AF, let me find a nice spot. How about right here? Kawhi. John E. with a $5 super chat. Let's go, John. John E., I'll add your name right now. John, I hope you're doing well. Hope it's not too cold in Pittsburgh today. Good to have you in the chat, my man. Got my F the Texans hat on. And on 1st and 10, the Texans hand it off for a minimal gain. Josie Jewell in on the stop. Mike Purcell along with Josie Jewell in on the tackle. John E. being added. All right, John, appreciate you, my man. 2nd and 9 now. It's a run for the Texans. This one more successful, a gain of 4 by Devin Singletary. So 3rd down coming up. Let's get our threes in the chat right now. Threes in the chat. Here we go. Spam those threes. Spam those threes. 3rd and 5. Stroud's going to look to pass. Now he wants to tuck it and run, and CJ Stroud will get 4 yards, but he needed 5. So Houston facing a quick 3 and out after 3 runs. And Denver's defense does their job. They get off the field, and that'll bring on Russell Wilson and company. Fix the scoreboard. Thank you, Ty Man. I appreciate your eyes in the sky. Fix the scoreboard. 4th down. There we go. Okay. And Marvin Mims calls a fair catch at the 18 or so yard line. So it's going to be Broncos ball here. Now, Russell Wilson and company take over after their defense does their part. Get some good vibes going in the chat. Let's get some good vibes going in the chat right now. Spam DEN. 109 people watching right now. If you want the Broncos to win, start spamming DEN. First and 10. Russ takes the shotgun snap. Wilson throws it down the field, and that is broken up. Would have been a tough grab for Sutton. Had 2 men in coverage. Derek Stingley, that former top 5 pick out of LSU, he has not played a lot of football in the last 2 years due to injuries, but him and Jalen Petrie, a 2nd-round pick from that same draft, combining for the breakup. So Russ on 1st and 10 going deep. He also took a big hit from the rookie Will Anderson Jr., whose Crimson Tide just snuck into the playoffs. 2nd and 10 now for Wilson at his own 18-yard line. Here's the snap. It's a play action. Wilson climbing the pocket, airing it out deep again. That one is dropped by Sutton. Oh, he had 2 hands on it. It was I wouldn't say overthrown, but just a little bit out in front of him. And Sutton just could not quite make the catch. That's what he wants back. That's on the money. That's not overthrown at all. Right? This hits both hands pretty much, maybe a centimeter too long, but a very catchable pass. And now Denver is facing 3rd and 10. Third and 10. Russ in shotgun. Takes the snap. Drops back. Wilson looking. Wilson is going to run with it, and Russ will dive. Gain of 6. So it'll be 4th down, and both teams looking to go 3 and out on their opening drive. So a little bit of a defensive showdown here early in Houston. Get my red zone ready. It's been a chaotic morning here at Chat Sports with college football selection coming down. We'll talk about that at the first commercial break pretty much, because the biggest topic in sports right now. 4th and 3 punt barely gets off. It might have been tipped. It goes out of bounds on Denver's half of the 50. I think Houston tipped this punt. Riley Dixon did not get a clean punt off, and it'll be 1st and 10 Texans at the Denver 45-yard line. Let's check this out. This ball, I think Will Anderson got a hand to it. He didn't really block it by any means, but I think he might have disrupted its flight path. So the Texans are going to have good field position. We got Garrett Ringy in the chat. Hit those likes and subs. Let me get some shout-outs going here. I'm being so selfish. Me. What are you guys up to, all right? What's going on with Broncos country tuning in right now? So, How about a oldie but a goodie? Shout out your city. Let me know where you are tuning in from. Get in the chat right now. Shout out your city for me. I'm going to give shout outs to everyone who is active in the chat. We have 165 people hanging out with us right now. Only 25 likes. Can we get to 50 likes? Let's just start chipping away at that. Every 100 likes, I'm going to pick one person in the chat to add to our F the Texans hat. So every 100 likes is a free entry to win this hat, which we're going to raffle off at the end of the game. So if you have not liked the video yet, make sure to go ahead and do so. Will is tuning in from Kingsport, Tennessee, all the way up there in northeast East Tennessee. Augusta, Georgia, Longmont, Colorado. Dennis is watching from Arizona. David is in Charleston. Ty Man's back in the Buckeye State. We have Broncos fans 1675 from New Mexico. Shirley is in Stockton, Utah. Portland, Oregon's in the house. Larry is watching from Spring Hill, Florida. Maxwell in Mansfield, Massachusetts. Lil Rap in California. Let me know where you are watching from right now while we're at commercial. How about we take advantage of it and get to know one another a little bit better? We've got Washington in the house from, that's a tough one to pronounce, KP Patterson. Let's go Broncos, 27-21 Denver. Oxnard, California. Victory Lap is tuning in from California. KP, Denver native, but in Atlanta, Georgia. What's your favorite go-to wing flavor at Taco Mac? Brandon, where do I live at? That's a fair question to ask. Chat Sports is headquartered in Dallas, Texas. So that's where I live right now. Been here for 2.5 years at this point. I'm getting called out for not saying Yakima. I'm just spitting out names right now. No, not Yakima. I meant your username is difficult to pronounce. Not Yakima, the town itself. I don't know how to pronounce T-Foes Peas. 1st and 10 for Houston. They dump it off over the middle. Wide open man. This is a big gain for the Texans. All the way inside the 20. Pushed out of bounds at the 10. A gain of 35 yards by the Texans. Riverton, Wyoming. Milan, Italy. Grand Junction. Okay. Yeah, 1st and 10 for the Texans. Not quite 1st and goal, but they are definitely in the Prize Picks red zone. Let's get a stop. 1st and 10. Actually, they called him out at the 20, so check that. On 1st and 10 from the 20, it's a gain of 4. Is that Andrew Beck? That's a familiar face for Broncos country. Andrew Beck, the former fullback. He picked up 5 yards on 1st and 10. He's got a kick return for a touchdown this year. Pretty crazy. All right, let's get some S's for stops going in the chat. Second and 5. It is a run for Houston. Gain of 1. All right. Offsides defense. So instead of a gain of 1, Baron Browning jumped off sides, and on 2nd and 5, that gives Houston 1st and 10 from the 10. I thought it would be 1st and goal. Defense needs to stop. Let's go. Actually, 2nd and 1, so it's just one of those instances where a 5-yard penalty is not exactly enough for a fresh set of downs. 2nd and 1, it's a run for Houston, and a nice stop that time. Zach Allen met the ball carrier in the backfield. No gain on the play. 3rd and 1. Well, the threes did not work last time. So let's keep the stops going to the chat right now. 220 people watching. Let's get 220 stops. 3rd and 1, play action. Stroud dumping it off. And that is incomplete. Floated to Andrew Beck, but he could not bring it in. And now it is 4th and 1 from the 10. Let's spam those stops right now. Let's go, Broncos country. Beck surely wishes he had another shot at that ball. Fourth and 1, and the Texans are going to kick a field goal. So Matt Amendola, who is 3 for 6 this year, knocks through the 29-yarder. So it is 3-0 Houston. They do indeed score first. Elon, good to see you, buddy. So the Texans are on top. Now, while they're at commercial, I do have some obligations to tell everyone about our awesome sponsor for today's show. So just bear with me for a moment here as I run through our awesome sponsor, like I said, Prize Picks. Now, we all know there can be some stinkers of primetime matchups. Let's just not beat around the bush here. Take Chiefs-Packers tonight on Sunday Night Football. But with Prize Picks, you can be locked in on the game. All you have to do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and then you can win up to 25 times your money. So let's check out my selections for Prize Picks for Sunday Night Football. If you guys want to roll with me, if you want to fade me, whatever your heart desires. I'm taking the less on Jordan Love's passing yards. I'm just not in on the Love hype, to be honest with you. I am going to take the more on Patrick Mahomes' passing yards. That feels like a low-ish number. I'm taking the less on Rashee Rice. Don't be fooled. One good game against the Raiders. I'm not buying that stock just yet. And then I'm also going to take the less on Christian Watson. We got 2 healthy defenses here. I think we're going to see a more of a less than more game. So go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a deposit match up to $100. Now, all that information is in the description of today's live stream, so make sure you go check it out. But that's prizepicks.com/CLNS. Use code CLNS for a deposit match up to $100. Thank you, Prize Picks, for supporting the show. That's Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy. While we're still at commercial break, I figure I'll throw on our Super Chat menu in case anyone's like, you know what? This goofy YouTuber has my curiosity piqued. Let me throw a couple bones his way. Greatly appreciated, but no pressure whatsoever. Like I said, though, for anyone just tuning in, I'm running solo today. No producer. It's a one-man band. You're looking at the entire show right now. So everything I say comes out of my mouth, and everything that goes on screen, I'm clicking with like 2 different mouses and 2 different keyboards. So there might be a little bit of a delay at times. But hey, this is our Super Chat menu. If you want to support the show, liking the video is a great way to do that. Being active in the chat is also a great way to do that. But of course, Super Chats are greatly appreciated. All $5 Super Chats, we got Kawhi AF and John E. added to the hat. Get added to our F the Texans hat. So, that is the Super Chat menu for today's show. Houston kicks it off to restart the game. And we are ready to resume action from Houston. Let's go. What do you guys think is going to happen on this drive? Give me your predictions down below in the comment section. What is going to happen on this drive? First and 10, it's a run for Javonte Williams. And that brings up second down and much more manageable, I'd say. Second and 5. Russell Wilson in under center. Russ takes the snap. He hands it off to Williams, and Javonte gets 2 yards. So that'll bring up 3rd and 3. 3rd and short here. What would you guys do? Would you run it or would you pass it? Let me know. What would you do in this case if you were Sean Payton? 3rd and 3 at your own 32-yard line. Run or pass? I'm leaning pass. Wilson threw 2 good balls on the first series. Unfortunately, just could not be hauled in. Snap to Russ. Wilson's going to pass. Pressure, and he's going to be sacked. Down he goes at his own 20-yard line, a 12-yard loss. So Wilson is sacked on 3rd and 3, and the Texans, who scored first, have forced the Broncos to 3-and-outs. That's unfortunate. Lions, by the way, leading the Saints 14-0. I'll give you guys red zone updates periodically. 4th and 14. And Dixon gets a clean punt away. And this one is fair caught at the 22-yard line. So the Texans will have a full field to drive down this go-around. Midway through the first quarter, it is Texans football when they return from break. But you know what? We don't do breaks here. What we do is get you guys involved. So what I do want to ask next here on the show is this question. Drum roll, please. I think it's a good one. We'll find out. Did the College Football Playoff Committee get it right? Number 1, Michigan. Number 2, Washington. Number 3, Texas. And number 4, Alabama. Number 5, the undefeated Florida State Seminoles. Beneath the 12-1 SEC champ, Alabama Crimson Tide. Did the committee get it right? Let me know down below in the comment section, yes or no. I'll say this much. My phone background definitely tells you where I align in terms of loving to see Alabama get screwed over. Ultimately, I do think Alabama is a better football team than Florida State. And as much as I would have loved to have seen Alabama fans throw a hissy fit and cry over being left out, they probably, I wouldn't say deserve to get in more, but it's not about the top 4 most deserving teams, right? I think that kind of gets lost a little bit. We talk about what the language is for the top 4 teams in the playoffs. It is the top 4 teams. If it was top 4 deserving, you wouldn't have a committee. You could just have a computer like the BCS figure out based off conference championships, wins, strength of schedule, the top 5 most deserving teams. But you put together a human committee that has not done anything since the first year of the playoffs when it comes to deciding the best 4 teams, because it's always been abundantly clear who the top 4 teams are. But this year, we had a wrench thrown in, and that was the Pac-12 was good. Pac-12 has not been good since Washington made it back in 2017 or 18. So you have 5 conferences competing for 4 spots. The committee's always gotten a bit lucky that one of those 5 teams from a conference championship had 2 losses or more, so they were never a factor to join. But that didn't happen this year. So now the committee has to do what the committee was assembled to do, and that is pick the best 4 teams. So it's unfortunate for Florida State. I wish, selfishly, they got in over Alabama because I just don't like Bama whatsoever. But I believe Alabama is better than Florida State at this given moment. That's my TED Talk. 1st and 10 for the Texans. Stroud airs it out deep, and that is caught. Fabian Moreau got beat by Nico Collins in a gain of 40+. So Houston goes all the way across the 50 on a big throw and catch to, speaking of college football playoff teams, Nico Collins out of Michigan down at the Denver 25-ish yard line. Beautiful throw by Stroud, and that's a clean catch by Nico Collins. Surtain is down. Now, Surtain was not the man in coverage on that big throw, but Surtain is down right now. Oh, that's scary. That's not good. I hope he's okay. They didn't show him or anything on TV, but he was sitting down. Oh, God. Surtain is down on the field. Oh, boy. I don't know how serious it is, but I can tell you this much. Patrick Surtain is down, and they went to commercial break. I'm about to throw up my lunch. I hope it's just maybe a little bit of a sting. I don't know. I have to assume it was a non-contact injury. We never really saw him on the field. That's scary. That's beyond scary. That's just terrifying, actually. All right, Patrick Surtain is down. Let's go. Let's spam some twos. Let's show the guy some love. Okay. Spam PS2 for Pat Surtain. Spam those twos. Show the guys some love. I'm looking for updates for you all. Pat Surtain walks off the field, but goes to the blue medical tent. So a little bit of good news, bad news right there. Patrick Surtain slowly walking to the blue medical tent. At least he's walking off the field under his own power. There's no cart or anything like that. But the update is Patrick Surtain is in the blue medical tent after being shaken up on that last play. Let's watch the replay together. Surtain was in on coverage on Tank Dell. Oh. So Patrick Surtain kind of gets crossed up a little bit by Tank Dell. When he's trying to recover, he sticks his left leg out, and he sort of does an unintended splits, like a hyperextension of his leg, right? So he's able to walk off the field under his own power, but sort of an awkward, like, slide, if you will. Here we go. 1st and 10, it's a run for the Texans at Denver's 26, and that'll gain maybe a yard or two. 2nd and 8. Texans with the ball. Clock's continuing to tick. Houston had great field position on their last drive, starting at the Broncos 45 and went all the way down to the 20 on the first play of that drive. After 2 plays, they're already at Denver's 24. Snap to Stroud. CJ throws to his right. That is caught. Damari Mathis is in for Patrick Surtain. And Nico Collins on 2nd and 8 picked up about 7 yards or so. Maybe 6, and it'll be 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2, spam those threes. Stops sort of worked last time, I suppose. We'll keep the stops up. Patrick Surtain is questionable to return with a knee injury. Sam Brown, catch your breath, buddy. 3rd and 2, it's a run to the right and a gain of 1, and it'll be 4th down. So on 3rd and 2, they ran it, and they came up just short. Span those 4s. On 4th and inches, a QB sneak is successful. Stroud snuck it across, and Houston is making their way. Ooh, a little bit of a tussle after the play. So Stroud on the QB sneak gets across. First and 10 at the 16-yard line. Pitch left for Houston and a nice run. Dameon Pierce on 1st and 10 picked up 6 yards and moved the ball inside the 10-yard line. Second down. Under 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. We have nearly 300 people watching right now. If you have not liked the video yet, do me a big solid and hit that thumbs up button. Second and 4, it's another run. This time it is only going to go for 2 yards. Ball well inside the 10-yard line. So 3rd and 2 coming up, maybe 3rd and 3. Spam those threes. Spam those threes. Inside the Prize Picks red zone. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. 3rd and 2, spam those threes. Stroud in shotgun at the Broncos 8. Snap to CJ. Stroud pressured. Stroud rolling to his right. Stroud throwing to the end zone. That is caught for a touchdown. Oh, incomplete. Incomplete. Collins had it but could not survive the ground, it looked like. So, Jaquan McMillions, as ESPN called it on Monday Night Football. Collins, yeah, he just never really had this ball, actually. Just dropped altogether. They're going to go for it on 4th and 2 at the 7. Spam those 4s. Let's go. 4th and 2. Stroud, empty set. Takes the snap. Flag on the field. And a whistle blows, stopping the play. Oh, we got a push afterwards. Oh, Josie Jewell. Oh, Alex Singleton, actually. On a play that was blown dead. Pushed Stroud around a little bit too much. That brought a second flag out. And then Stroud's posse came in and pushed around Singleton. Now, my guess is this. Pre-snap penalty, false start on Houston, but then after the play, it's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct on Singleton. And I don't know how that, I think those would cancel out and we'll replay the down. But if the first penalty is not on Houston, it'll obviously be 1st and goal for the Texans. So to recap that, you had a snap to Stroud, whistles came in, flag was down as if it was like a false start. You know what I mean? So they stopped the play in the midst of it, but Singleton did not really slow down. He didn't tackle Stroud or anything, but he kept pushing him, and Stroud was probably jawing off a little bit. Singleton retaliated. Here's the play. Here's the call. False start, offense. Personal foul, defense, number 49, Singleton. So they do not cancel out. They disregard the false start, and the personal foul is tacked on, so it's 1st and goal, Houston. I don't understand why Singleton is any more guilty than Stroud is that time. Yep. They're both just like butting heads a little bit, talking shit. Why does that make Singleton more guilty than Stroud? 1st and goal, Houston. The penalties do not offset. 1st and goal at the 3. Snap to Stroud. Throw to the corner of the end zone. That is incomplete. Incomplete. 2nd and goal. The Lions, by the way, not even 10 minutes into the game, are leading the Saints 21-0. Cardinals and Steelers even at 3. Second and goal. Snap to Stroud. It's a handoff, and the run is a touchdown. Dameon Pierce from 3 yards out punches it in, and the Texans extend their lead. Or do they? Tank Dell is down. Well, it's definitely a touchdown. I can say that much. But Tank Dell is injured on the play. Hopefully he's okay. So it's definitely a Texans touchdown. I'm just not quite sure how Tank Dell got injured on the play. So Tank Dell, who, by the way, was kind of questionable coming into this game. I mean, he's a huge part of their vertical game. Oh, gosh. Now, D'Amico Ryans is walking out himself to check on his young wide receiver. Oh, that sucks. You got a whole kind of prayer circle forming by Texans players. That's not good. So a penalty on Alex Singleton gives the Texans first and goal, and 2 plays later they punch it in for 6. But right now, unfortunately, our attention is on Tank Dell, who is injured. Hopefully he's okay. Okay. Kevin, what's going on, dude? We got Atlantis Gaming, longtime viewer of the channel, right now in the chat here. Everyone that spams F. By the way, we're 15 likes away from a free entry to our F the Texans hat for today. Every single super chat, I put this bad boy on for the remainder of the drive. Ty Man, the Buckeyes typing F. Kevin, good to see you in the chat. Thank you for the kind compliments. We got Zach G, Garrett Ringy, 11 likes away. Let's get ourselves to 100 likes. Broncos fan, Lil Rap, John, Will, Ty Man, Reyes Gaming. I have Tank Dell in my fantasy. Karan Miller typing F. Broncos, bro, how do I feel about Patrick Surtain getting hurt? Not good. I hope it's nothing too serious. Obviously, I hope that he can return today. However, I'm definitely not going to jeopardize Patrick Surtain's availability for the rest of the year by putting him back too early today. So we'll trust the medical staff to get it right. 3 likes away from 100 likes. 3 likes away. Baseball boy. Oh, the medical cart is out for Tank Dell. So he's going to get carted off. That sucks. Everyone coming in to check on him. Tank Dell, I can't actually quite diagnose what the injury. I have to assume a leg injury based on how he's kind of laying down right now, a left leg injury. But that sucks. That sucks. Who is Tank Dell? It's probably a fair question to ask. Tank Dell is the Texans' best wide receiver. He's a rookie out of Houston, and he has been phenomenal this season. Amendola knocks in the extra point, and it is a 10-0 lead for the Texans early in this game from Houston. Ty Man, thank you for the bot help. Okay. Well, you know what? We need a bit of a morale boost, and it came at a good time because producer Sam Brown, lifelong Broncos fan, is joining us for the rest of the game as he freed up with some of his other responsibilities here at Chat Sports. So we'll get some Sams going in the chat. But we did hit 100 likes, which means we get a free entry to our F the Texans Cowboy hat raffle giveaway, which we are going to run at the end of the game. So make sure you stick around for that. Sam, just let me know when you got your sea legs underneath you, and we're ready to have you join us. Pat Surtain is on the bench right now, retying his shoes, which I have to envision that's a positive sign that he could be coming back out again. I don't know if you tie your shoes to sit on the bench the rest of the game. Okay. I am out of all of the sheets. Offense needs to respond, though. Down 10-0 in the first quarter. We can't have 2 straight 3-and-outs. That's not going to create a positive turnaround. Okay. Johnny, does he have a helmet? Like a helmet like this? Like our Mile High Club? Okay. We got offense coming on the field right now. First and 10. It's a run, no play action. Wilson checking it down. That is caught. Little Jordan Humphrey, gain of 11. And the Broncos, with 3.5 minutes in the first quarter, have their first down. So first and 10. Spam those ones for a first down. Russ, jet sweep, handoff, and a nice run by Marvin Mims, getting the Oklahoma rookie involved. And a gain of 7. Atlantis Gaming, who is your favorite player in the draft Denver could get? This would be a fall, but man, if there was a way that Brock Bowers was available to Denver, that'd be incredible. Second and 2. Highlight reel Jaleel's in the backfield. It's a pitch to him, and McLaughlin is going to be cut down shy of the line of scrimmage. Loss of 1. Okay. We're going to do a free entry for this in just a moment. Jared Goff, 2 touchdown passes in the first quarter. David Montgomery with a touchdown run, by the way, for all of you fantasy fiends out there. Yep. 3rd and 3. Snap to Russ. And he runs forward, and he is stopped shy of the line to gain. He stuck the football out, and momentarily Houston recovered it, but he was down. On 3rd and 3, Wilson gets 1 with his legs, and that'll bring up 4th and 2. So Wilson on 3rd and 3 tried to get it with his legs, and is he down? I'm not sure he was, maybe there. He extends it, but he's actually laying on top of a player. But the officials say he was down, and wisely Denver quickly punts it away, and we'll never know. Robert Woods fair catches it at the 11-yard line, so the Texans are doing a good job defensively. Okay. With a few ticks left in the first quarter, shall we do a free entry raffle? Okay, here we go. Whenever you're ready. Tank Dell, left ankle injury. Questionable to return. I guess it's positive that it hasn't been ruled out already. Yeah. Here we go. 1st and 10. Whoever spams DEN the most, or at least I think the most, I'm just going to pick a random name from the chat, is going to get a free entry to our raffle item giveaway today, as a 1st and 10 run by Devin Singletary goes for 4 yards. So spam those DENs, and we're going to have a free entry for our F the Texans hat. Spam those DENs. Let's go. Every 100 likes is a free entry. So we're 89 likes away from the next free entry. Whichever name I see at the bottom of the chat when that clock hits triple zeros, that's the name I'm rolling with. 2nd and 6, Stroud, play action. CJ flushed out of the pocket and throws an incomplete pass. 12 seconds to go. Spam those DENs. We're going to raffle this off at the end of the game. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Will Hutchins. Will Hutchins. Will, going to add you right now. Will Hutchins. 3rd and 6. Stroud throws it downfield. Wide open, Nico Collins. That's a big gain. Patrick Surtain was back on the field. And 3rd and 6, Nico Collins moves the ball across the 50. And that's going to do it for the first quarter, it looks like. Will Hutchins. But talk about a nice first quarter for Nico Collins, by the way. So the end of the first quarter, it is a 10-0 lead for the Texans. Wait, sorry. I think some miscommunication here. We're at the end of the first half. Oh, okay. You want to show the crowd what it looks like? Is that what you want to do? Okay. Sorry, I thought you wanted to run the race now. All right, well, let's show. So this is how it works. We're going to do a race like this. This is just an example of what it looks like. It's not the actual race.
I like keeping our horses in there. We won't win the prize, obviously, but I like having a horse in the race.
I kind of like having an extra horse in there. You're right. We'll just
run it back.
Yeah. But we have Kawhi AF and Johnny added to that. I have their names in the doc. So $5 super chat. We sign your name to this F the Texans hat, and then we're going to raffle the hat off at the end of the game. So if you want to support the show, $5 super chat, greatly appreciated. A lot of football left. So no one should be too negative right now about, the status of this team and where they are in this game. A lot of football left. But not a good start. Not a good start at all. There it is, yeah. You want to go back to the super chat menu for a moment, though? That's okay. Here, change the... Okay, the next L3 is wrong. First time super chatters, let's ride. All super chats, we say shout out to you. You get on screen, we show your super chat for everyone watching to see. $5 super chat, like I just mentioned. F the Texans hat raffle. $20 super chat. We've got a Broncos Mile High Club. It's got Kawhi AF on it. It's got Johnny on it. It's got Mr. Alaska on it. It's got a lot of legends of our channel on this hard hat right here. So $20 super chat, you get added. And every 100 likes is a free raffle entry. And so we're closing in on the 200 like milestone. Atlantis Gaming, if you win, you should pick random name in the chat. I don't hate that idea, I guess. I kind of like doing a second race, though. The more races, the better. You don't go to the horse races for just one race. So the Texans have the ball back. And in the first quarter, 178 yards of offense. This is looking eerily similar to a certain Week 3 game. 1st and 10. Snap to Stroud. Quick throw out to the side. And a big tackle by Singleton. There's a flag. That's a bullshit call if this is unnecessary roughness or anything like that. That's a clean hit. This better not be unnecessary roughness or illegal contact or something to that nature. This is a beautiful, clean hit. I think it's going to be offensive pass interference. Illegal block in the back. Okay. I'm done protesting. Protest is over. All right, here we go. S for stop. Once again, 1st and 20. Snap at the Denver 36. Stroud throwing to his right. That's caught on a check down. Singletary only gets 3 yards on the play. Someone can fact check me. Sam, I think not amid Denver's 5-game winning streak, but the last 4 wins. So Kansas City, Buffalo, Minnesota, and Cleveland. They have come away with a takeaway in the first quarter of each of those games. They did it for sure in Buffalo and Minnesota. I don't think they did it last week, actually. First quarter's over now. 2nd and 16.
They did fumble by the Browns.
Okay, yeah.
I guess the botched
snap.
Botched
Yeah,
snap.
Harrison Bryant under center, the tight end QB sneak. 2nd and 16, it's a run and a gain of about 10 yards or so, maybe even 12. So that'll bring up 3rd and short. Spam those threes. Garrett gets it. Garrett Ringy's in the chat, and he's looking around like, a bunch of freaking rookies over here don't know how to operate on 3rd down. 3rd and 6. Stroud's going to tuck it and run, and Stroud, because of Garrett Ringy, is taken down short of the line to gain. 4th down. Good job, Garrett. 4th down. Good pizza? Whoever ordered the pizza today did a great job.
Pizza Hut, I think, is making a little bit of a rise back in my book.
Whoever ordered the pizza nailed the toppings, I would say.
Oh, yes.
Great
Whoever
pizza
did
top.
order
Yeah.
the pizza did.
No idea who that was.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
4th and 4, and the field goal attempt is up, and it is good. So a 13-0 lead for the Texans. Not good. But better than 17-0, so we'll take the stop. But ultimately, it's not about Denver's red zone defense so much. It's that they keep giving up huge chunks of plays or huge chunks of yards. And the Texans practically start all 3 drives on Denver's half of the field. I mean, the Texans had the ball 3 times. Once, the first time, on the 2nd play of the game, they got across the 50. On the 2nd play of the drive. Okay? 2nd series, they started at Denver's 45. And then their most recent series, on the 2nd play of the series, they also got across the 50 very early on. All right. Now, make sure to subscribe, by the way, to the channel if you have not already. We're going to keep you guys informed and entertained all season long. So if you have not subscribed yet, please go ahead and do so. We are at 18,563 subscribers. We're trying to get to 19,000 subscribers today. So help us reach our next milestone. We're less than 500 away. If you have not gone ahead and hit the sub button, please consider doing so. We give you guys daily free content.
You know, there's always something so pleasing about just seeing that little number just tick, 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 just tick up.
Desire Best, Petey, thoughts so far? Well, like, this is what I said in my preview, and I was, like, Judas for saying this, and that is, what happens if you don't get the takeaways? Can the offense put together their own scoring drives starting at their own 25-yard line 3 straight times? And here we are. And for the first time in the last 4 games, Denver does not have a takeaway in the first quarter. And the offense is like, what do we do? Like, this is what I was afraid of, is you can't bank on takeaways, right? It's just that defense is way more inconsistent than offense. Like, if you bank on takeaways, what happens if you force a fumble and it bounces out of bounds? And it stays with the offense, right? What happens if the receiver does not tip it up to Justin Simmons behind him? What if he just catches the ball? You can't bank on that stuff every single week. So, to answer your question, Desire Best, this was my concern, is what happens offensively if they are not getting a lot of takeaways to help jumpstart Denver's offense. I think Pizza Hut's my favorite of, we'll call the big 3 pizzas. Domino's, Papa John's, Pizza Hut. Is there really another one deserves to be in that category?
So the one
Caesars?
separator for me, I'm a big fan of. It's hit or miss, but I like Domino's crust, like the seasoning they put on the crust.
I actually hate Domino's
There you
crust.
go.
Yeah.
It's hit or miss.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Kevin with a $20 super chat. Let's go, Kevin. Mims on the kick return is taken down at the 25. So a lot of contact for nothing there. Kevin Shepardson, $20 super chat. Let's go. Time to step it up. Let's ride. Hey, for anyone watching on TV right now, that's our raffle. That's the horse race. Kevin, thank you so much. We're going to add you to our hard hat right now. Kevin Shepardson joining the Mile High Club. Everyone spam Kevin in the chat. Russ on 1st and 10 is avoiding a sack. Now he wants to run with it, and he gets 3 or 4 yards. Kevin Shepardson. Kevin Shepardson. All right, Kevin, adding you right now to the Mile High Club. The best Mile High Club. Not the one on Southwest Airlines. 2nd and 7, Wilson under center. And it's a run for Williams, and Pookie picking up 10 yards. Nice push. Javonte Williams out to the 45. Type those ones. Type those ones. Kevin, add it to the Mile High Club right here. That's you, my man. Appreciate you so much. Thank you for the first-time Super Chatter. By the way, first-time Super Chat, Broncos Country. Let's ride. Broncos Country. Let's ride. Red zone peak here. The Jets are leading the Falcons 2-0. 1st and 10. Wilson uncorks a deep ball. That's broken up. Looking for Marvin Mims, who had more than just a step on his man, but the pass looked underthrown. There's a flag. It might be one of those, it's underthrown, and the DB runs into the wide receiver to get the flag. I think the DB does come a half second too early. I would say he is there early. But no flag. No flag. 1st and 10. 2nd and 10. And it's a run for Javonte Williams. I got to add Kevin Shepardson to our F the Texans hat. Kevin. You guys know I like you because I pull up my best penmanship for you all. Usually it's chicken scratch. Third and 5. At Denver's 49. It's a handoff to Samaje Perine on 3rd and 5, and that goes for a yard. I mean, Sam, you can tell me if I'm lying here. Does that show a lot of confidence in Russ on 3rd and 5 to run it with your backup running back? Maybe they're trying to, you got Samaje Perine in, and that usually signals a pass because he's not usually in for run plays. So I think they're trying to catch the Texans' defense off guard. But he could have just passed it.
I think my only potential thought is Sean Payton trying to be aggressive with 2 downs to get 5 yards near midfield.
Yeah, 4th and 4, and it's a punt, and a nice punt. It is fair caught at the 9-yard line.
When that first play doesn't work out,
yeah,
it's then hard to set yourself up for a good play on 4th.
No doubt about it. Oh, a touchdown from Atlanta, by the way. Okay, yeah, just give me a moment. Okay. All right. While we're at commercial break, I do want to tell everyone about our awesome sponsor for today's watch party, Prize Picks. Thanks to Prize Picks, I've had a blast watching football and basketball this season, winning up to 25 times my money, and I invite you to come and play along with me. Now, here's how Prize Picks works. You pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and if you pick more players, well, that increases your potential winning. So, Take Sunday Night Football, for example. We can look at my selections. I'm taking the less on Jordan Love's passing yards. I still don't think Love is good. I'll take the more on Patrick Mahomes' passing yards, the less on Rashee Rice. That's a big number for a guy that only has one good game this season. And then Christian Watson, I'll take the less on as well against the strong Chiefs defense. So go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. Now, the link for that is in the comments and description of today's video. But shout out to Prize Picks for supporting our watch party. If you like what we do here, consider supporting our great sponsors to help keep the lights on, like Prize Picks. So Denver's going to get the ball back. Houston is going to get the ball back. Up 13-0 early in the second quarter. I don't think Houston paid the referee. If Houston paid the refs, they would have beat the Chiefs in that one playoff game and not blown. What was it even? I want to say a 28
it was like a
to
27-point lead or something.
20,
like
it wasn't 28-3.
It was at least 20.
Yeah. Okay. Ty Man the Buckeye in the chat. Kevin Shepardson in the chat. We're at 121 likes right now. If you have not liked the video yet, please go ahead and do so. Help us get to 200 likes. And when we get to 200 likes, we're going to add you to our Broncos F the Texans hat. Denver Broncos fan, Petey, you're the GOAT, and I watch you all the time. Please shout me out live. Denver Broncos fan, shout out to you, man. Thank you for tuning in and supporting the channel. I really appreciate people like you. First and 10 for the Texans at their own 9-yard line. Stroud under center, hands it off, and a run is going nowhere. Jonathan Cooper in on the stop, along with Jonathan Harris. Nice play. Jonathan Harris slows down the running back, and then Cooper comes in and really takes all the meat off the bone. 2nd and 11. Texans at their own 8. It's play action. Throw, and that's caught wide open. Player first down and more. Out to the 32-yard line. That's Jordan for the Texans. And it is 1st and 10 Houston. Someone kidnapped the new Vance Joseph and replaced him with the Week 3 Vance Joseph. That's unfortunate. So out to the 32-ish yard line, 31-yard line. Under center, Stroud takes the snap. Play action. Stroud pressured. Stroud hits, he throws. Ball's loose. Ball. Recovered by Houston. There is a flag, but that ball was loose, recovered by George Fant. This could be an offensive holding, and that would be wiped away or declined. Personal foul. Tripping. You do not see tripping called. You want to know why, Sam? It's lazy by the offensive lineman. It's how players get hurt. And my suspicion is you're going to see a bit of a retaliation. You do not see tripping all the time because it's kind of a coward's thing to do in the league. So the center for the Texans has a little bit of a target on him now. First and 25, okay. Snap to Stroud, and they run it with a draw, and it's a nice run, and this is going to get a lot of yards. This is going to get most of the penalty yards. P.J. Locke pushes Singletary out of bounds, or Pierce. Gain of 20 on 1st and 25. So it'll be 2nd and 5 after the penalty, and then a big run. McMillan could not make the tackle, and 2nd and 3 is the official marking. But Denver much better prepared for the run this time, and no gain on a 2nd and 3 carry. Ball sits just shy of the 40-yard line. Span those threes, 3rd and 2. Denver started the game with the ball. Or Houston, actually. Now I'm second-guessing myself. 3rd and 2. Tie man, Broncos bro, Amito. Snap to Stroud on 3rd and 2. It's a pass over the middle. That's incomplete. A fastball over the middle falls to the turf, and that'll bring up 4th down. So the Broncos defense ultimately makes a squeeze after giving up a big play on 1st and 25, holds them to 4th and 2. Here is the snap and the punt. This punt might have, got off cleanly. There's a flag. Return starts at the 14, and Mims gets out to the 20-yard line. So about a 6-yard return. There is a flag. If this were to be against Denver, it would be a 1st down Houston because it's 4th and 2. So if this is offsides or anything like that, this would be bad for Denver. Let's see what the flag is. Illegal formation. Okay. So it's a 5-yard addition to the dead ball spot. So it'll be 1st and 10 Denver at their own 25-yard line with 7 minutes and change to go. 18,564 subscribers. Over 400 people watching right now. If you haven't subbed yet, please go ahead and do so. Sam, can we throw on my Venmo plug here for our 50-50 raffle? So we're going to do something. We're going to hopefully get this thing off the ground here. But we are going to do a 50-50 raffle. So if you've ever been to like a live sporting event or anything, they run 50-50 raffles all the time. We're going to do one over Venmo. So if you Venmo at Matthew Petey $10, well, if the pot gets up to $100 with 10 Venmos, the winner's going to go home with 50. So the more entries we get, the bigger the pot, the bigger the winning. So Venmo only. You can't do Super Chat because I can't send Super Chats back to you. YouTube does not allow me to do that. I can send Venmos back, though. So Venmo at Matthew Petey. There's the QR code, or you can just type it in yourself. $10 to join our 50-50 raffle. I'll give shout-outs to everyone who joins, but $10 Venmo at Matthew Petey. I appreciate everyone for supporting the channel. This is a great way to do so and potentially make some money for yourself. Let's ride. You shout me out, I will. Let ride. Shouting you out, dude. Let's see if you put your money where your mouth is now. We got Dennis Elliott in the chat, Denver Broncos fan. Broncos bro. Michael with a $10 Venmo. Let's go. Is that Let Ride? Michael Burns with a $10 Venmo. Michael Burns, the first one joining our 50-50 raffle. Appreciate you, Michael. Okay, so we'll do that, I think, at the end of the game. If we get enough entries, we can do it before the end of the first half. That one's for Michael. Okay. That's okay. I don't know why it says Austin. Just a little bit of technical issues, but Michael Burns, I got you. Broncos Bro says, question. What kind of bear is best? Well, there's two trains of thought. False. Black bear. Well, that's debatable. Bears eat beets. Bears, beets, Battlestar Galactica. Bears do not eat beets. What is going on here? What are you doing? So last week I was in a drugstore. I can pretty much do the whole thing start to finish. That's my party hack. So 7 minutes to go. Michael Burns, thank you for the $10 Venmo, joining our 50-50 raffle. 4th and 7, and they're going to repunt, actually. So the 5 yards is not added on at the end of the punt, so repunt. And let's see where this punt gets out to. This is a much better punt. Return starts at the 6. across the 10. There's another flag down, and Mims is going east and west now. Oh, boy. Marvin Mims is wrestled down at the 5-yard line. So ultimately, Denver, by accepting the penalty, cost themselves 15 yards. There is a flag. Let's see what the flag is. If it's on Denver, I suspect Houston will decline it. If it's on Houston, Denver will definitely ask for a re-kick.
By the way, in your
Personal foul, face mask, kicking team. So it's on the fullback, Andrew Beck, Broncos legend, and a 15-yard penalty means a re-kick, and the helmet comes off of the Broncos player, so I'm not shocked that they call that.
In your across the league news, Mitchell Trubisky has replaced Kenny Pickett, who is out or who is injured on the sideline right now. Yep.
Is he really injured? I wonder if they're like, we've seen enough.
He got hurt making a play for diving for the goal line.
Did he fumble? 4th and 22. Marvin Mims is back for a third time. Over or under 20 yards for the line of scrimmage for Denver? Sam? Oh, over under the 25-yard line for Denver when where they start the ball.
Let's go over.
To the over? I'll take the over as well. And the punt is off for a third time. And it's a bad punt. It'll take a roll in Houston's favor out to the 26-yard line, 27-yard line. Overs Club, baby. All right. Tyreek Hill, by the way, can confirm good at football. He's got not one, but 2 touchdowns of 50 or more yards. 3 catches for how many yards? 132 and 2 touchdowns. I think Tyreek Hill should win MVP. He's going to be a 2,000-yard guy with about 17 or 18 touchdowns.
I was going to say, if he breaks Calvin Johnson's record, I don't think there's any doubt in my mind.
1st and 10, and Denver runs it for a gain of 1 out to the 29. There's no worse feeling than when you're like, I don't have him on my team, but I sure hope I'm not playing him. Like, I can't remember my other team's opposing lineup perfectly, but that scares the bejesus out of me. 2nd and 8 for the Broncos, trailing 13-0. Wilson under center, takes the snap, play action. Russ dumping off on the screen. Javonte able to maneuver his way out across the 40 and out to the 45. So first down for the Broncos. Spam those ones. Spam those ones. Yeah, Kenny Pickett questionable to return with an ankle injury. Now, I know I'm not playing against him. No one should have Kenny Pickett on their fantasy team. First and 10. It's a run for Wilson out to the outside and a gain of 10 yards by Russ. Spam those ones. Spam those ones. Russ in Houston's territory for the first time today. Denver at the Texans' 44-yard line, being shut out right now with less than 5 to go in the half. Wilson takes the snap, It's a handoff, and Williams picks up about 4 yards on 1st and 10. Marvin Mims is going to the locker room. I'm not shocked. He did 3 straight punt returns. Like, there's no play that causes more injuries usually than punt returns and kick returns.
The odds went up for him.
Yeah. So 2nd and 6 now. I'm not quite sure what happened to Mims, but he is walking to the locker room.
But what's weird is that he didn't even take the 3rd punt, so it must have happened on the 1st or 2nd one.
Yeah.
And then he got sent out there again.
2nd and 6, Wilson takes the snap. Russ airing it out down the sideline. That's incomplete. Looking for Courtland Sutton. That's his 3rd target of the day, but no receptions yet. If we had to send an NFL team to play like an alien team, I think I would send the Dolphins, knowing they could blow out anyone more than any other team could right now. Like, their ability to score a lot of points.
I would say it's either them or maybe the Cowboys.
Yeah, the Cowboys love beating up on bad teams. 3rd and 6. Snap to Russ. Wilson pressured, gets it out. That is caught. Pirine dives for the 1st down. He's not going to get it. On 3rd and 6, he gets 5 yards on a dump-off pass. And now Sean Payton has a decision to make. 4th and 1 at the 35. Sam, right on cue. Do you go for the 53-yard field goal? Will Lutz has been awesome this year. Or do you try and pick it up an extra yard? I'd be inclined to go for it here. 53-yarder or get a yard. On 4th and 1, it's a pass. Wilson looking. Wilson's going to take off and run. Russ has it. Wilson looked. Nothing. Took off. 1st down, Denver. Nice block by 33 as well. There's Jerry Jeudy wide open for a touchdown. You know, if you're Jerry Jeudy, at some point you're like, listen, I'm not perfect, but man, I feel like there is no receiver who does a full-blown temper tantrum wide open in the end zone more than him, because he's always open, it looks like, and they never look to him. 1st and 10, Russ throwing, and that is caught. Adam Trotman gain of 7, moving inside the 30-yard line, a little over 2 minutes to go in the half. Second and 4. Russ, 2-minute warning. I'm not quite sure if he was trying to call an audible, if he wanted to try and get Houston to jump off sides, but we hit the 2-minute warning. It's 13-0 bad guys. A lot of football left. I mean, if you score a touchdown here, right, go into the half, trailing by 1 score, hopefully, 1 play away. Just got to tell yourself that. 1 play away. We're at 18,569 subscribers. Sam's the office perv, so as much as he would love for no one else to subscribe, I would love to get to 19,000 subscribers.
Wait, the office what?
Yeah, I was curious. You did not react. So you're the office perv. We're at 69 subscribers. You did not flinch at that. There it is. Sam's like, someone unsub. He's not putting up with my bullshit today. 30 subs away from 18,600. We got to get there before we can get to 19,000. So come on, go ahead and subscribe. Okay. Looks like Tyreek Hill scoring a lot of touchdowns today. Oh, there, Sam unsubbed. Sam unsubbed to the channel he produces for.
Not true.
Really quickly, every $5. You know what? Scratch it. 2-minute warning. every single super chat for the rest of the first half, we're going to lower from $5 to enter our Texans at the Texans hat raffle to any amount gets you added to it. So 99 cents, $1, doesn't matter the amount. We'll sign your name on the hat, and then we're going to raffle it off at the end of the game. So for the rest of the first half, any super chat amount gets you added to it. Let's get some additions to our F the Texans hat. Any super chat gets you added. Garrett Ring, you hit those subs. Couldn't agree more. Let's pick up a few more additions to our F the Texans hat. Hey, and we're at 27 subs away. Every super chat from now until the end of the first half. Texans leading 13-0. Wilson lines up under center. Russ takes the snap, pitch right. Highlight reel, Jaleel takes the pitch, and McLaughlin picks up about 6 yards on 2nd and 4. And that'll bring up 1st and 10 at the 20. We got an injured Broncos player. I can't quite see who it is. So Denver's going to use a timeout due to this injury on the backup tight end, Chris Manhertz. Oh, looks like his left shoulder. Oh, he kind of put his whole arm on his left shoulder to brace his fall. Let ride. I made another channel so I can subscribe on another one. That's freaking dedication right there. All right, Chris Manhertz hopefully is okay, but he goes straight to the blue medical tent. So Denver's number one blocking tight end is off the field here as they face 1st and 10 at the Texans 20. First and 10. Inside the Prize Picks red zone. Snap to Russ. Wilson throws to his right. That is caught by Jerry Jeudy. And Jeudy, first time touching the ball today, gets 6 yards. Make sure you go check out Prize Picks, by the way. Our awesome sponsor is giving you guys a deposit match up to $100 when you go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS. What's that? Link is in the chat. Link is in the chat. So another timeout on the field, which is a 30-second timeout. Remember, every single super chat from now until the end of the first half gets you added to our F the Texans hat. We've got Kawhi AF on there. I wrote Kawhi F. Kawhi AF. John E., Will Houchkins, and then Kevin Shepherdson. So every 100 likes, we're doing a free edition. But any super chat from now until the end of the first half also gets you signed onto our F the Texans hat, and we're going to raffle this thing off at the end of the game. Second and 4, both teams have 2 timeouts remaining. Second and 4, Russ under center takes the snap. It's a run, and he is cut down. Javonte Williams taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Jalen Petrie, their second-year safety out of Baylor, made a great play. They got something special, I think, in Petrie. Third and 6. I suspect a pass play to Cortland Sutton. He has scored 8 touchdowns this year. all of them have pretty much come inside the red zone. Maybe one or two from like the 25-yard line or so. How many on third down? That's a good question. I don't know how many on third down. 3rd and 6. Timeout called by Houston on that last play to stop the clock. They have one left. At the 16-yard line, Russ in shotgun takes the snap. Wilson looking. Wilson rolling out. Wilson is nearly sacked, and now he's lucky to throw it away. So he chucks it out of bounds after getting sacked almost. And that'll bring up 4th and 6. Giddy up. So the Texans defense bends but don't break. And they will force a field goal attempt of about 33 yards or so. And that's I think, the leading candidate for Defensive Rookie of the Year, Will Anderson Jr. Maybe Devin Witherspoon? But Will Lutz in the 34-yard attempt is up, and it is good. So 13-3, Denver cuts the lead down to 10, but no touchdown for the Broncos in the first half of this game. All right. Spam those FGs. Turtle spamming it. Broncos, I have a Broncos fan. Neil Patterson, Ty Man the Buckeye. Cool guy. Good to see you, buddy. We'll see you later on as well, I assume. Let it ride, Will Anderson, to a good shot if I say I am right. Desire your best. I mean, Neil's saying turnover time. This is not a team that turns the ball over a whole lot in Houston. I mean, CJ Stroud set an NFL record for most pass attempts to start your career without throwing a pick. Doesn't mean it can't happen, but this is just not a team that's prone to turning the ball over. Denver's going to get the ball to start the second half. If I remember correctly, they kicked off to begin the game. Turtle, I'm in Colorado watching this. You guys are a few seconds behind in the stream. There's always a bit of a delay between TV and YouTube and people's Wi-Fis. First and 10. CJ Stroud trying to add to his 10-point lead to wrap up the first half. Stroud at his own 25 takes a shotgun snap and they hand it off. And it's a nice run by Devin Singletary for 13 yards. And Pat Surtain, who was questionable to return earlier with a knee injury, makes the tackle. Good to see PS2 back out there. Texans have one timeout, a little over a minute to go. Here we go. Stroud in shotgun. CJ Stroud takes the snap. Throwing to the left. This is caught Nico Collins, gain of 5. And we're under 50 seconds. Texans still have one timeout. They are not using it right now. 40 seconds and counting. Houston out to their own 44-yard line. Snap to Stroud. CJ looking. Throwing downfield. Oh, he had a man wide open for a touchdown. He missed John Mechie for what would have been a walk-in touchdown. Unreal. It's a good play by Mechie, right? Hey, the play's broken down. Let's just go towards the end zone, see what happens. So Stroud that time missed what would have been an easy touchdown. 3rd and 5 snap. Pressure getting to Stroud. He rolls out. Stroud looking. Stroud is just going to throw this one out of bounds. So with 20 seconds left, Houston is facing 4th and 5 at their own 45. And my suspicion is we're going to see a punt and a kneel down, and that will be the first half, Sam. A lot of football left. 10-point game here. If I'm Houston, I'm punting this one out of bounds, by the way. Like, you know they're going to kneel it anyway. But why risk a return? Marvin Mims back in the game. Fair catches it at the 10-yard line. All right, with a 13-3 lead looking to be the case to end the first half, how would you grade the Broncos so far? I'd give them a C-. Like, you scored 3 points offensively. The Texans are on pace to score 26 points. It's only a 10-point deficit, and I've seen, like, the Commanders are getting an F, right? There are other teams doing a lot worse. So I'll say a C-. You could probably talk me down to a D+. But Russ is going to take a kneel down, and that's going to do it for the first half. So we'll get the first half stats, and then we'll take a quick little 5 or so minute break here as Russ takes a knee and jogs straight into the locker room. So Denver will get the ball to start the second half. They're trailing by 10. I'll give some shout-outs right now. Denver Broncos fan C. John E. says D+. Tyman says C. Will says D+. I guess D+, C-. We're arguing over very little stuff right now. I think we're all on the same page, and this is a C-, D+ performance so far. And I'm definitely not going to freak out, right? Unfortunately, Denver has had a great run and still has 30 more minutes to play, but on the road against an above 500 team is not something to put your tail between your legs over. So these are the stats from the first half. Russ is 5 for 10 for 44 yards. Williams leading it on the ground, 7 carries for 32. But CJ Stroud, 182 yards in the first half. And then Nico Collins has been his go-to guy, 4 grabs for 122 yards. So it is halftime. I got to run to the bathroom. Sam's got to use the bathroom, I'm sure. So we're going to get a quick break here. But we'll come back for the start of the second half in, 5, 6, 7 minutes or so. So we'll see you guys in just a little bit. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the second half between the Broncos and the Texans. Let me know who you got down below. We're listening to Ian Eagle and Charles Davis kind of break down that first half on the CBS broadcast. And Ian Eagle said if you're Denver, you're thankful that the defense kept you in that game. Did they, though? The defense gave up 259 total yards in that first half. The defense has a lot to improve. Now, this is not giving the offense any pass or anything like that. The offense has to score more points, of course. But the defense definitely needs to improve their game. They're on pace to give up 26 points right now. That would be the most amid their 5-game winning streak. But Amendola kicks it off for the Houston Texans to restart the game with a 10-point lead here in the third quarter. Who you got? Broncos, Texans. Will is taking the Broncos. Maria takes Denver. Garrett takes Denver. Tyman takes Denver. Get in the chat right now. I'm going to give shout-outs to everyone who types in who they got down below. Tyman the Buckeye, Turtle, 4614, Desire Best. Be loud in the chat. Let's go, everyone. We got Jaden in the chat typing Denver. Russell Wilson's typing Denver. 1st and 10 Broncos at their own 25. Snap to Russ. Fake pitch. And he's sacked. Rookie Will Anderson Jr. takes down Russell Wilson on 1st and 10. Loss of 4 on the play. Well, this is Mike McGlinchey, your $80 million. I don't know what this was. So the offensive line is going to do a zone type of alignment where everyone's just going to play down. The issue is that everyone plays to the left and the quarterback goes to the right. No one touches Will Anderson. It's as if the offensive line was blocking for a pitch and the quarterback did not pitch it. 2nd and 14, snap to Wilson, dump off to McLaughlin. He takes the screen pass and he picks up about 5 yards. And that'll bring up 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9 on the play. John E., what a way to start a half. Yeah, you're right, John. What a bad way to start the half. All right. 351 people hanging out with us, 157 likes. Every 100 likes we pick up, that's a free addition to our F the Texans raffle item giveaway, this cowboy hat right here. 3rd and 9. Denver at their own 25. Russ takes the shotgun snap. Wilson pressured immediately, and Wilson sacked. Garrett Bowles that time beat on the play. And the Texans pass rush has been all over Russ today. And on 3rd and 9, they get to him. Bowles just got beat on this play bad. It's a nice play by Jonathan Grenard. And the Texans have 2 sacks in the first 3 plays of the second half. 3 sacks altogether this day, as Riley Dixon punts a high into the Houston sky. That is caught at the 33. Return gets out across the 40. So the Texans will have 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line. Defense needs turnover, right? A stop, of course, will get the job done too. There's plenty of time left. You're only down 10 points, but man, it feels like this team needs a spark, right? You need everyone on the bench to kind of get up a little bit and go, all right, well, Patrick Tan came to play today. He just came up with an interception. Let's rally around that, and let's put some points on the board. Super Chat menu for today, if you want to support the show, like Kawhi AF, and we have Kevin Shepherdson and John E. First-time Super Chatters, I give you my best Let's Ride. All Super Chats get a shout-out. $5 Super Chat gets you added to our F the Texans hat raffle. I'll sign your name on it, and then we're going to raffle it off at the end of the game. $20 Super Chat. This is the big ballers of the channel. Get you added to our Mile High Club. We've got so many legends on it, including new additions like Kevin Shepherdson and Kawhi AF. So that's our $20 menu item. And then 100 likes is a free raffle entry. So every 100 likes, I'm going to pick a random name out of the chat. So it's a free way for you to potentially take home our raffle item giveaway. You just got to like the video. Also, we're going to do a 50-50 raffle at the end of the game. So Venmo at Matthew Petey, $10 if you would like to join that 50-50 raffle. We've already got Michael added to it. I'll check up for more updates. John E., no drinks today. No drinks right now, John. Trying to, I don't know, lay off the booze a little bit. So I had a booze-filled weekend. So just trying to be a little bit healthier. But Venmo at Matthew Petey, $10. Like I said, we got Michael Burns added to our 50-50 raffle. Depending on how big the pot is, well, 50% of that is going to go to the winner. So if the pot's $100, $50 goes to the winner. So depending on how big the pot is, cut it in half. That's what the winner gets. So the more entries, the bigger the pot, more winnings for someone. Okay. Let's see. We got Kelvin in the chat. Let ride. We got Mike Golden. Yeah, it's not great right now, Mike. It's not great, but there's a lot of football left. You know what's not good? The New England Patriots. Bailey Zappi and the Patriots have 0 points through the first half. They have a first down, and the crowd is cheering like they just won their 7th Super Bowl with Belichick. It's also 6-0 Chargers in that game. 31-7 lead for the Dolphins over the Commanders.
That's the easiest money I've made today. Dolphins over 29.5 points.
Oh, gosh, that was free. 1st and 10 for the Texans at their own 40. Snap, handoff, and Stroud handed it off to his running back, Pierce, but it looks like it was supposed to be play action. Pierce only got about a yard on the play. Could have been a fumble, but Stroud was like, dude, that was my football. You were not supposed to take that. Bailey Zappi and the New England. Drake May is such a Patriot. Here's my draft projections. Ready? First overall.
Wooly would be happy.
Caleb Williams to the Bears. Second's going to be the Texans taking Marvin Harrison. And third will be Drake May to the Patriots. 2nd and 10 for the Texans. And no gain on the play. Is it Texans? Patriots. I'm sorry. Patriots third overall. Cardinals second, get Marvin Harrison. Third and 11. Stroud, empty set. Third down. Let's get those stops going. Snap to CJ. The rookie climbing the pocket. Throwing, and that is caught first down, Nico Collins. Nico Collins all the way to Denver's 21-yard line. That's his 5th grab of the day, and he's pretty much over 150 yards. The big target for CJ Stroud, open in the middle of the field. Denver, this play, rushes only 3 guys. They have a QB spy in Nick Bonito. That's Fabian Moreau, who just got lost in coverage. Come on. So Nico Collins having a monster day out to the 22-yard line. Snap to Stroud. Flag is down. It's a pitch to Mechie, and John Mechie gets 3 yards on 1st and 10. My suspicion is this will be an illegal formation of sorts. Let's see. Flag on the field. Illegal formation. I think what happens here is Mechie goes in motion. Now, he was on the line of scrimmage, and then he went off the line of scrimmage. And no one else stepped up and reset. So there's Mechie. He goes off, right? But no one else replaces him. Nico Collins up to 161 yards. That's more than the rest of the team combined. 1st and 15 for Houston. Handoff going to Dameon Pierce, gain of 3. And that'll bring up 2nd and 12. We've got a weather delay, by the way, in Pittsburgh. You don't get weather delays mid-game.
They really let them play it out, yeah.
Yeah. 2nd and 11, Stroud surveying. Stroud is taken down. That's Jonathan Harris. I'm not quite sure if it's a tackle or a sack. If it is a sack, I think that's Jonathan Harris's 1st sack of the year. No gain on the play. If it is a sack, it's like a half-yard loss, but still. That'll bring up 3rd and 11, Sam. Hey, we got a Venmo. Debbie Pierce. Damien, maybe. No? Possibly? I don't know. Debbie. 3rd and 12. Quick pass outright to Nico Collins, and he is taken down after a 5-yard gain to the 20-yard line. So that'll set up a 37-yard field goal for Houston to try and make it a 13-point lead. Debbie, appreciate your $10 Venmo joining the 50-50 raffle. Everyone else watching right now, if you want to join our 50-50 raffle. What's wrong? Oh, Stroud's a little bit banged up on the play. Stroud kind of doing a little of a strut. Trying to walk it off. Doesn't look too serious, but we'll keep an eye on that. Amendola on for his 3rd attempt of the day. The 38-yard kick is up, and it is good. So the Texans restretched their lead out to 13. It is 16-3 midway through the 3rd quarter. Debbie, thank you so much for the 50-50 raffle joining. Everyone else watching, at Matthew Petey on Venmo, $10 to join our 50-50 raffle. We'll run that at the end of the game. Well, the good news is this, Sam. At least you're not the Commanders, who are getting the Dolphins treatment, which we have gone through before. They're down 38-7 right now. First play of the second half for the New York Jets. Tim Boyle. Why do I feel? Oh, big play. Garrett Wilson, 31-yard reception. All right. We got Ty Man the Buckeye. Alex Smith is in the chat right now. The Alex Smith, potentially? I don't know, Jim. We are closing in on 200 likes. 37 of you watching right now that have not liked the video yet. It's hurtful. I'm just going to be brutally honest with you. It stinks. So please like the video. If you like the video, it tells YouTube, like, hey, people like this. Let's show it to more people. More people join the stream. More subscribers, inevitably. More subscribers means more studio space. That means more video content. It's a beautiful circle of life. But it all starts by liking the video. No joke. So please, hit that thumbs up button. Trent, what's going on, dude? We are 21 likes away. Closing in. Garrett Wilson just dominating right now for the New York Jets. Talk about a receiver that's going to get... Oh, my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, John E. John. John E., ladies and gentlemen. Man, talk about a guy that knows how to put up an MVP performance. John E. John, thank you so much for all of your support, dude. I can never thank you enough. I hope you're doing well. Appreciate you. We love you, John. Everyone spam John E. in the chat. Show the guy some love. The MVP of today's show right now. Let's go, John. Woo! James is typing, my man. Cool guy called Zone. Trent. Johnny, bow down to you. Everyone, bow down to Johnny. Let's freaking go, John. You know what that was right there? I'll tell you right now. You ready? That is Marvin Mims taking this kickback for a touchdown. Right? And he absolutely does. I mean, that is a, hey, we're down 16-3. Let me give you guys 7 points, and all it costs is 10 seconds. Mims returning it right now across the 20. Mims, unfortunately, I think what happens is right before the kickoff, they take our audio out of their helmets. So he missed Johnny's super chat. Had he heard it, it would have been a touchdown. John, I can't thank you enough, dude. Appreciate you as always. Johnny, ladies and gentlemen. John frickin' E. Let's go. John, if you don't mind, I'd love to ask you a question. With it being, you know, the support your own or support a charity through your cleats day, what would be the charity you'd support? On 1st and 10, it's a run left, and Jaleel McLaughlin picks up 2 yards. Sam, if you had the opportunity, like the players right now, to support a charity of their choice through their cleats, what would be, maybe not, you don't give me a specific name, but something you'd want to support?
Man, you really put me on the spot there.
I would love to support veterans, right? Any sort of veteran group that needs help after serving abroad. That would be my go-to, I think. Yeah, I did put you on the spot. I'm sorry. 2nd and 8. Russ under center. John E. says Diabetes Foundation. That's an excellent cause, John. Play action from Wilson. He dumps it off over the middle. That's caught. Javonte Williams, gain of 5 on 2nd and 8. 3rd and 3 coming up.
I think I would. It's specific, but I've lived my entire life. My grandmother has MS. That's some sort of multiple sclerosis research.
Yeah, I mean that's a horrible thing, and that'd be an excellent cause to donate to and to raise awareness for. 3rd and 3. I say let Johnny suit up for the Broncos. I still believe it's John Elway. He might decline. He might say not, but I think it's John Elway. Russ in shotgun, 3rd and 3. Play clock winding down. Snap to Russ. Wilson dumping it off. It's caught. Samaje Perine. Ball's loose. Scoop and score. Touchdown Texans. Oh my goodness gracious. Scoop and score after a dump off to Samaje Perine, and Houston has 6 more. I think it's a catch fumble. Now, Sam, they're going to debate whether or not this was a catch if he ever had possession. To me, it looked like it was a catch. We'll watch this. Wow, forward progress was stopped. They whistled the play dead. Forward progress was stopped. You cannot review that. Huge break for Denver. Because, Sam, if the jerseys were flipped right now, I'd be irate. I would have ended the stream out of protest. That was not forward progress was stopped. 1 Mississippi, 2, I can't even get to 2 seconds. What a huge break for the Broncos. A touchdown wiped off the board. I'm not going to complain, but man. A punt follows, and it's 1st and 10, Houston at their own 15. There's an injured Broncos player on the field right now. I didn't see who it was just at the very end of the play. Someone went down. That is a huge break for Denver to keep themselves in this game. Just to at least give them a chance. Okay. We will take it. No complaining on my end. We're closing in, by the way, on 18,600 subscribers. 14 subs away. Help us get to that number before the end of this commercial break. If you have not subscribed yet, consider joining the channel. It costs you absolutely nothing. If I can get more subscribers, I can move up the pecking order for studio space to do more watch parties. Denver's got some big games coming up. I would love to be able to do watch parties for the rest of the season, but I need more subscribers. Otherwise, other channels with more subscribers, like the Saints channel, for example, they're right above us right now. They would get the studio space over us. Desire best Christmas watch party? Yeah, I'm staying here Christmas Eve against the Patriots to do a watch party with you guys. So hopefully we've got more subscribers so that it's a bigger watch party than it currently would be right now. 5 likes away from a free entry for our F the Texans hat. 5 likes away from a free entry. Okay. Tie man, type an F. Cool guy, type an F. Lil Rap, type an F. What's that? 4 likes away. 4 likes away. Red zone peak here. It's a 5-point lead for the Falcons. Make it a 2-point lead. 10-7 or 10-8. 1 like away. 1 like away. Can we get to 200 likes? Can we get to 200 likes? Police the Police is here. Longtime viewer of the channel. 201 likes. Okay. So we reached 200 likes, which means we're doing a free entry for our F the Texans hat. We're going to sign it. Any super chat, $5, will get you added to the hat. Or every 100 likes, we do a free entry for this. So we'll get that going in just a moment. pump the brakes for now, but then get your fingers ready to start spamming DEN in the chat. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Half a second. There it is. Off we go. Type DEN. Whichever name I see at the bottom of the chat when that clock winds up, that's who I'm going to pick. Spam DEN. 1st and 10 for Stroud and the Texans at their own 15. Throw over the middle. That is dropped. Looking for Jordan and a big break for Denver. That would have been a gain of 15 or more. All right. Spam DEN. 30 seconds. I got Denver Broncos fan, James, Lil Rap, Dennis Elliott, Ty Man, Debbie Pierce, Adios, Trent, Will, Turtle, Ray Adams, Desire Best, Ray, Aiden. Keep spamming DEN. 12 seconds. 2nd and 10. It's a run left. Devin Singletary. Nick Bonito making the tackle. 5 seconds. Here we go. First name I see. Now. Oh, it's Will Hutchins again. All right, we'll do it again. 3, 2, 1. Now. Turtle. Turtle 4614. Turtle 4614. Free entry. Let me sign your name right now, Turtle. Turtle 4614. 3rd and 10. Stroud throwing down the right sideline. That is caught and inbounds. An incredible toe tap by the Texans receiver. Denver thinks it's out of bounds. He caught it, but he was out of bounds. There's no doubt he caught it. Did he get 2 feet in? He did not, I don't think. Noah Brown on the reception. Turtle 4614. Right there, Turtle. I'm not giving you a middle finger. Okay. 4th and 10. So the Texans go 3 and out. And Mims is back for the return. And it goes out of bounds. It'll be good starting field position for Denver. 13 points. 8 subs away. 8 subs away. Commercial break. Let's go. All right. While they're at commercial break, I do want to share with everyone a quick plug for our awesome sponsor today. That's keeping the lights on and supporting the channel. So if you like what we do, consider supporting people that support us. And that is Prize Picks. Now, if you have no idea what Prize Picks is, give me 60 seconds, and I think at the end you'll be very allured to it. So Prize Picks is an easy and exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. All you have to do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and the more selections you make, that increases your chances of greater winnings. So let's take Sunday Night Football, for example. I'm taking the less on Jordan Love's passing yards, the more on Mahomes' passing yards, and then the less on Rashee Rice and Christian Watson, their receiving yards. Not a fan of either receiver. Jordan Love's going to play a good Chiefs defense, and Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes, so I think that speaks for itself. But make sure you go check out Prize Picks by going to prizepicks.com/CLNS. Use code CLNS, and Prize Picks is going to hook you guys up with a $100 deposit, up to a $100 deposit match. So if you deposit $50, they're going to match that $50. But you got to use our link and our promo code, prizepicks.com/CLNS, code CLNS. That link is in the chat right now. It's also in the description of today's show. Now, should we show Sam, everyone, a quick update of what the race is looking like right now as we get more horses added to it? We got myself and Sam in there just as a bit of a placeholder, but Kawhi AF, John E., Will Hutchins, Kevin Shepardson, John E. With a $100 super chat, John gets a second horse. There's no question about it. And then Turtle 4614. So there are 2 ways you can have yourself added to this raffle. $5 super chat, and we'll add you to the F the Texans hat raffle. Or every 100 likes, we're going to do a free entry of someone in the chat. But if you want to guarantee a spot in the race, $5 Super Chat. $20 Super Chat, we add you to our Mile High Club. It's this awesome helmet right here with all sorts of legends of the channel. And then every single Super Chat gets a shout-out. First-time Super Chatters, I give you my best Broncos Country Let's Ride impression. So we just crossed 213 likes. The road to 300 likes starts now. If you want the Broncos to come back and win, hit that thumbs up button. 1st and 10 Denver. They'll have good starting field position, down 13. I'm going to say it right now, Sam. They need a touchdown. Touchdown and the game's over. There. I'm going to call my shot right now. 1st and 10. Denver at their own 42. Like, you just cannot miss a great opportunity like this. Oh, defense jumped. 1st and 10 or a false start. I think I saw the defense move first, but this could go against Denver as well. I think it's going to go against the Broncos offensive line. False start's probably coming. Neutral zone infraction. Never mind. Screw me. Neutral zone infraction. So 5 free yards for Denver. That's going to move the ball out towards the 50-yard line. First and 5 for the Broncos. Under center. I formation. Russ takes the snap. Handoff to the right. And this is a nice 4-yard run by, I think, Javonte Williams. Indeed it is, Pookie. So 2nd and 1 coming up. We're 8 subs away from 18,600. 8 of you watching who are not subscribed, please go ahead and do so. Helps the channel out immensely. Second and 1. Wilson under center, I formation. It's a fullback dive, and Michael Burton's going to get 3 yards on 2nd and 1. And Denver. That says a little bit to me right there. Let's just unpack that play for a second. On 2nd and 1, a lot of teams at that point, especially at midfield, might take a shot deep, knowing, hey, on 3rd and 1, we can pick up the first down on the ground. Sean Payton decides not to mess around. He just wants to keep the offense moving and get the first down and not put themselves in a 3rd down position where they have not been good today. 1st and 10, out to the Houston 45. Wilson under center. Takes a snap. Airs it out down the left sideline. That is caught! Caught! Cortland Sutton touchdown! Unbelievable grab! A flag on the play. I think this will be defensive pass interference. Cortland Sutton with one of the best touchdowns you'll see all year. Please be on the defense. In double coverage. Defense number 5. A 45-yard throw and catch from 3 to 14 for 6. And Sutton has his 9th touchdown of the season. Incredible grab by Sutton. He makes this look maybe a little bit easier elementary. Incredible body control to know where he is in relation to the sideline and tracking that football all the way into the breadbasket. And then holding on to it and surviving the ground. Great play by Sutton. Tie Man, Will, Police the Police, Debbie, Turtle. And hey, I don't have to end the stream anymore because they scored a touchdown. So Cortland Sutton getting the whole offense and the whole sideline for that matter fired up. Texans fans are not happy. I don't give a damn. And Will Lutz is on for the extra point to make it a 6-point game. Extra point is up, and it is good. So 16-10 lead with under 5 to play in the 3rd quarter. Broncos right back in this game, 1 play away from tying the game. And then an extra point away from taking the lead. Thanks to Courtland Sutton. Oh, they want to push by Courtland Sutton. Does he push? I got to watch the replay. That's not going to show it. Great play by Courtland Sutton, who's having a career year. Kawhi AF, let's go! Would this entice you to keep streaming? I'm not going to leave. Don't you worry, Kawhi. I'm not fucking leaving. The show goes on, baby. Hey, I would say in my watch party career, every time I have made a threat to end the stream, the team has fulfilled their end of the bargain. I asked for a touchdown. We got a touchdown. The kickoff to restart the game. Return goes out across the 15 and stopped at the 21-yard line. I mean, I say this every week. And here's the funny thing is I love special teams. Why does anyone return it out of the end zone anymore? You can just start at the 25. I would love to know, and I might tell this will take me a lot of time. I'll do it in like March or like July. This is my July project. Someone in July remind me, please. Write this down. I would love to go and pick, say the Broncos, pick any team. Every kick return, how many yards they lost by not getting to the 25 versus how many yards they got by returning it past the 25. They've got to be in the red by a lot. 1st and 10 for Stroud and the Texans. Dump off over the middle, and Denver's defense quick to swarm. Gain of 3. Yeah, we'll do another one. Second and 6. That is the first touchdown outside the red zone. Not this season. Is it really? Second and 6. Quick throw. I got to look this up. That can't be the first touchdown outside the red zone this year.
Did it maybe say on the road?
I got to look. They've definitely scored in the red zone a lot. I'm looking up here. 3rd and 1. Yeah, Marvin Mims caught a 60-yard touchdown pass in like week 2 against the Commanders. As the 3rd and 1 QB sneak gets across for a first down. Jonathan Cooper, that wouldn't count. Brandon Johnson had the Hail Mary. Forgot about that. That Washington game had 2 50-plus yard touchdowns. And then Jaleel McLaughlin, 22-yard pass at home against the Jets. Yeah, I think it is the first one on the road. Do you count the 35-yard scoop and score by Jonathan Cooper in Chicago? That's not an offensive score. 1st and 10 Texans. Stroud play action throw, and that is incomplete. Through the hands of Noah Brown, could have been intercepted. But yeah, a lot of touchdowns inside the red zone. 2 subs away from 600, 2 subs to go. Second and 10 for Houston. Under 3 to go in the 3rd. The Saints have come crawling back from trailing 21-0 to 24-21. Second and 10. Stroud is sacked. Out he goes! On 2nd and 10, it's Zach Allen and company getting to the quarterback. 5-yard loss. Let's go. Baron Browning and Zach Allen combining for the sack. Police, guess what? Nice play by Denver's pass rush. First sack of the day, I believe. That's Cooper, Browning, and Allen all getting in on the action. 3rd and 13. Second sack of the day. And a whistle before the snap and a timeout called by the Texans. So a 30-second timeout by the Texans. That's their first timeout of the second half. Denver has all three still. S for stop here. S for stop on 3rd and 13. Zachary, I'm actually inclined to believe, to agree with you here. Would you rather have all three timeouts or have 3rd and 18? Or 3rd and 13, I mean. Like, just take the 5-yard penalty. You're not going to convert this 3rd and 18 or 3rd and 13 anyway. If they get this by 14 yards, I will apologize. Stroud, empty set, takes the snap. And Stroud is sacked down. Ball! Who's got it? Oh, it's going to be close. It looked like Denver had it for a moment, but I think Houston recovered. The Texans recover the fumble from CJ Stroud. PJ Locke comes out of the pile with the football. Explain this to me. PJ Locke emerges from the pile with the football, and the referee looks him straight in the eyes and he goes, Texans ball.
It's a replay of Oklahoma-Oregon back in like 2008 all over again. OU fans are scarred from that.
What the official must be saying is that the Texans player recovered it and then was down. But the punt goes out the back of the end zone, so Denver will have 1st and 10 at their own 20. So a strip sack will end that last drive for Houston. So happy they saved their timeout or use their timeout to avoid a 5-yard penalty there. All right. But, hey, we crossed 18,601 subscribers. We have nearly 500 people tuned in right now. If you have not subscribed, please consider going ahead and do so. Plus, quick reminder, join our 50-50 raffle. You can Venmo me at Matthew Peterson, $10 to join that 50-50 raffle. We got Debbie, we got Michael. 1st and 10. Snap to Wilson. Throw to the right, and that is intercepted. That's picked off. No return on the interception, but a pick by Russell Wilson. And that's Russ's first interception in a long time. Since the Chiefs game on Thursday Night Football, I believe. He's looking for Judy. And I think the pass might have been tipped. Let's watch it. Does Will Anderson tip this pass? He does. Will Anderson's going to tip this pass, change its flight path, and instead of going to Jerry Jeudy, it's intercepted by Derek Stingley Jr. And it's 1st and 10 Houston at Denver's 21. Stroud back on, handoff, and a run for Pierce goes for no gain. Brutal. Just brutal. Under a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. Sam, the Texans might have something in Will Anderson Jr. He is special right now. The Texans get the ball back. Under center I formation, Stroud takes the snap. Play action. And he flings this towards Jordan. It's caught for the 1st down. Gain of 10 on 2nd and 9. And Houston moves into the Prize Picks red zone on the final play of the 3rd quarter. 1st and goal coming up. So that's going to do it for the 3rd quarter. Put your 4s up. It's a little OU thing. It's a football thing.
It's a football thing.
So the put your 4s thing. The put your 4s up is like
the Texans are literally doing it on the sideline.
Yeah,
so.
Everyone does it, and I think everyone that does it thinks they're the only ones that do it. Like every college thinks it's so unique for one of two things. You ready? Put your 4s up, or like, take your car keys out. I think TCU does the car keys thing. And it's like, everyone does it. You guys are not unique. David, need another turnover here. Need the first turnover here. Cool guy. It's Jover. It's Jover is my favorite thing on the internet. And it has been my favorite thing on the internet for a solid 6 months now. It never gets old. We got a Houston fan here. Stroud, Player of the Month, Rookie of the Month. I think Houston might have the offensive and defensive Rookie of the Year on their team, which you might think is like a first, but the Jets did it 2 years ago with Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner. Speaking of the Jets, they have 3rd and 15 at their own 20 right now, trailing 13-8 late in the third, and Tim Boyle throws it to the flat, and that pass is caught, but a gain of 6, 4th down. Amito, Debbie Pierce is here. Rest of the red zone look around right now. We've got the Colts and the Titans. This is important for Denver and Houston for that matter. If the Colts can drop a few games, that would help out the rest of the AFC wildcard hunt. Kind of knock them out, drag them down to being a 7-8 win team with the Titans. But the Titans have a 17-16 lead. The Dolphins have twice the amount of points the Commanders have, 38-15. It's 10-3 Arizona. That rain delay is over in Pittsburgh. The Lions have a 4th and goal situation leading 24-21. And in the fastest game of the early slate, Sam, do you want to guess right now how much time remains in Chargers-Patriots? Start of the 4th quarter right now in Houston.
I checked in earlier, and it's like late in the game. There's like 5 minutes left, isn't there?
7.5 in a 6-0 game.
Yeah. That's boring.
Yep. Okay, so that's our red zone look around. Denver's defense needs, if the Texans kick a field goal here, 2 scores in the 4th quarter is not impossible, but it's definitely a big mountain to overcome. 1st and goal at the 8. Stroud hands it off. A run for Pierce to the outside. Damian Pierce gain of 5 at the 9-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal inside the 5. Bonkius Maximus. This season we need to work on our O-line. Ben Powers sucks. McGlinchey is disappointing. I would say yes. Ben Powers is worse than Dalton Reisner. You paid more for Powers and you got a worse player. And McGlinchey is 87 times more expensive than Cam Fleming. And I don't know how much better he really is than Cam Fleming. 2nd and goal. Under center. Stroud takes the snap, play action. CJ looking, throwing back of the end zone, wide open, touchdown. Nico Collins wide open for a touchdown. And the Texans' lead is up to 12. My suspicion is they will go for 2 and try and make it a 14-point lead in the 4th quarter. Jaquan McMillan, unfortunately, in coverage that time and just got beat. No other way around it. So Houston is indeed going to go for 2. You make a stop here, keep it 12 points, 2 touchdowns, and you win this game. Stroud in shotgun for the 2-point conversion. Make a stop here. Snap. Fake pitch. Oh, Denver's ready for this. To the back of the end zone. That is intercepted. Here's the return for Moreau. Oh, and if he got 90 more yards, it would have been 2 points. Damn. I was literally thinking to myself, what if they return this for 2 and make it a 10-point game in the 4th quarter? So the 2-point conversion attempt is intercepted. It's really just a failed conversion. But a 12-point lead. Tim Stark is in the chat. Good to see you, Tim. Thomas Green is here. Nearly 500 people tuned in right now. Cool guy, Maria. Like let's throw on the Super Chat menu really quickly. If you guys are just tuning in, you're like, you know what? Kind of like this dude, I guess a little bit. I kind of want to throw him some bones his way. Greatly appreciated, Johnny, Kawhi AF. We've got new Super Chatter, Kevin Shepardson, supporting the channel today. First-time Super Chatters, we give a Broncos Country, let's ride. All Super Chats get a shout-out. $5 gets you added to our F the Texans hat raffle. We're going to sign it with every single $5 Super Chat. In fact, you know what, Sam? They're down by 4-12 right now. Let's just make it every Super Chat moving forward. Every Super Chat moving forward gets you added to the F the Texans raffle. $20 gets you onto our Mile High Club. We've got Elia Munson, Carey, Kevin Shepardson, John E., of course, Brett, Mr. Alaska, VT92, Calvin family. So, my news updated. Thank you. Thank you, Sam. Best in the biz. And this is the current pool for our item giveaway. This F the Texans hat. Whoever wins this is going to get the hat. So, if you want to join, Super Chat and you get added. We'll just sign your name no matter the amount, and you are added to our raffle item giveaway. And then one more thing I want to plug is our 50-50 raffle, if we could, here in the fourth quarter. We've got Debbie, we've got Michael. If we don't get enough entries, we'll just send everyone their money back, so no harm, no foul. But I would love to get ourselves a fun 50-50 raffle going. So if you want to, make a little bit of change on a Sunday afternoon, 50-50 raffle, send $10 to Matthew Peterson, and we'll add you to that 50-50 raffle. All right, any Super Chat amount to get you added to our F the Texans hat. Oh, did they did a Corgi race? Man, a Corgi race at halftime in Houston? Nothing better than a Corgi race. Okay, here we go. 12-point lead, 14 minutes and change. The kickoff goes out the back of the end zone. It'll be 1st and 10 Denver at their own 25. (27-21) Lions over the Saints, by the way.
That game's getting a little close.
Mm-hmm. Trent, good to have you back, buddy. What'd you have for lunch? We had some Pizza Hut pizza today. 1st and 10, Denver. Snap to Wilson. It's a QB keeper, and he runs it. Huge hit. Oh, gosh. Flags come in. 6-yard gain. Russell Wilson began to slide. Jimmy Ward, the former 49er, dealt a huge hit to Russell Wilson. I'll be honest, I don't think this warrants a penalty. Russell Wilson's a runner, and he's not sliding when he gets hit. Unnecessary roughness. We'll take it. 15-yard penalty added on. I guess he is starting to slide. It's pretty bang-bang. How about this? If Russell Wilson that plays a running back, that's not getting called. It wasn't a hit to the head. He is starting to slide on the play. We'll take it. Type those ones. When you're down 12 points, you don't ask questions. You just say thank you and move on. Yep. First and 10. It is a run for Denver. That's a gain of 8. Gene Steratore. Second and 2. Gene, give a freaking definitive answer, dude. Just going in circles. It's really hard to officiate. All right. Sam Case, what's going on? Johnny had a sub. sandwich from local high school band, football team going to state. Did your high school football team ever do anything, Sam? Mine did not. I don't think, won a single playoff game my 4 years in high school.
My high school football team did not. In fact, my high school soccer team, which I played on, had the best achievement that year. We went to the state semifinals my senior year of high school.
You grass fairy.
It's been downhill ever since.
2nd and 2, Denver out to the Houston 45. Under center, handoff, and a run for Javonte Williams, gain of 4, first down. Broncos trying to reel themselves back into this game in the fourth quarter, trailing by 12. Span those ones. Williams, 9 carries for 32 yards. Under center. Snap to Russ. Wilson drops back. Wilson throwing towards the end zone. Wide open, man. That's caught Jerry Jeudy. Jeudy at the 2. Jeudy down at the 1. Jerry Jeudy. Let's go. Get those 10s in the chat. Jerry Jeudy, his second play of the game is a big one. Moved inside the red zone thanks to Prize Picks. And Denver has 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. QB sneak from Russ is good. Touchdown. Touchdown, Denver. Russell Wilson runs it in himself. And Russell Wilson punches it in himself from the 1-yard line. And Denver quickly responds to the Texans' touchdown, brings themselves back within a score in the fourth quarter. Let's go. TD's coming in from Will, from Cool Guy, Police, Desire. Will Lutz's extra point, and an important one is good. So now a 5-point lead, 22-17. Spam those TDs like Maria, like Debbie, like Will, Amito, Neil, Ty Man, Cool Guy, Zachary, David, Cincinnati Parlays. Is this the Alabama baseball coach? I think it might be. What a legend that guy was. Honest question, do you like our kicker? I was not a fan of the move from McManus to Will Lutz, but Will Lutz had a really good year, as has McManus. So I think all in all, it's pretty even. Page typing TD, over 500 people watching right now. Let's go. Sub for Dubs. If you want the comeback to happen, hit the subscribe button. Let's get some good mojo going. 18,609 subscribers. Let's get ourselves to 18,620. Just like the Broncos right now. We're just chipping away at it. We can't have a 13-point play. But damn it, we can get a 7-point play. We can get a 3-point play. We can get a 6-point play. Start chipping away, baby. Chipping away. We got easy money in the house. Red Zone Peak is a close game in Nashville between the Titans and the Colts. Titans kicker got injured. Punter, I should say. Desire Best, Tebow Tez. The Colts 1st and goal. This is important for Denver as Zach Moss is pushed out of bounds at the 3-yard line. They have a 3-point lead. If Tennessee can hold them to a field goal and keep it a 6-point game and then score a touchdown, that would hopefully propel Tennessee in front for the rest of the game and allow Denver to move into the playoffs with a win. Who you got right now? 5-point lead in favor of Houston at home with the ball in the fourth quarter. But a lot of time left.
I also reset the live poll, so be sure to go vote there as well, but get in the chat.
Who you got right now? Let me know. Carl Nash, unfortunately, I don't think it's meant to be today. Listen, Carl, I understand that, dude, because Denver has not looked like the better team so far. But did Denver look like the better team often against Minnesota? Not really. So these Broncos have a way of just winning games. 50 likes away from 300. Reminder to like the video if you have not already. Third and goal for the Colts, as this kickoff is going to be a touchback. Big third and goal play for Indianapolis right now. Oh, Gardner Minshew sacked. Let's go. Gardner Minshew is sacked on third and goal. And the Titans are going to go down most likely 6 points in the fourth quarter, but an opportunity to come back and win the game. Bailey Zappi can win? Can be a hero for the Patriots? First and 10 right now. Denver at their own 25. Houston, I should say, at their own 25 with 12 to go. Stroud, I formation, takes the snap. It's a run up the middle and a nice run for 3 to 4 yards by Devin Singletary. Second down coming up. Ooh, James Conner extends the This is also important for Denver. Extends the Cardinals' lead over the Steelers, 17-3. Kenny Pickett hurt for the Steelers. Mitch Trubisky fumbled, and Arizona put 6 more on the board as a result. Stroud under center takes the snap. Oh, he's going to be sacked. Down he goes! Alex Singleton on a middle linebacker blitz. Blew up the play. Third down. Singleton, who was flagged earlier in this game that cost the Broncos a first and goal opportunity, makes up for it there with a big sack. Nice play by 49. Denver's 4th sack of the second half and all day. Ray Bidding. Snap to CJ Stroud. Stroud throwing, and that is incomplete. Pat Surtain with the breakup. Ray Bidding, what's going on, buddy? We'll get that on screen. Matthew, are you lost? I am not lost, Ray. I will see you later, helping out here on the Broncos Breakdown before some other obligations later on throughout the day. But, Ray, appreciate your super chat, man, and we'll see you in, I don't know, like 30 or so minutes after this game is over. Another rain delay in Pittsburgh. 4th and 17. Oh, and the punter was hit. Is there a flag? The return starts at the 22 by Marvin Mims. He gets out to the 33. The punter was hit. Now, there's 2 types of penalties when you go into the punter. There is roughing the punter and running into the punter. Running into the punter is only a 5-yard penalty. Roughing the punter is 15 yards and an automatic first down. This is a crucial difference. Which leg does he get? The plant leg or the kicking leg? If you get the plant leg, it's 15 yards and a first down. If you get the kicking leg, it's 5 yards and a re-kick. Let's see. I think it's a 5-yard penalty, and they're asking Houston if they want to redo it. Because the referee's giving D'Amico Ryans just 2 options. This is going to be a running into the kicker. 5-yard penalties declined. First down, Denver. Okay, so Delaire Turner Yell gets off the hook that time. Bailey Zappi, by the way, 3rd and 8 is in there. Oh, it nearly intercepted. Should have been picked to end the game. Now it's 4th and 8 in Foxborough. Derek Carr trailing 33-21 with the ball in the fourth quarter, but he's hurt on the play. Oh, no. 1st and 10, Denver. 10.5. Let's get some good vibes going. We've got to add Ray Bidding to this. First and 10. First and 10. F the Texans hat. Every super chat gets you entered into a raffle to win it after the game and gets your name added to the hat. First and, oh no, I beg your pardon. Second and 6. Over 600 people tuned in right now in the fourth quarter. Reminder, like the video if you want the Broncos to win. Quinn Miners, oh no. The best player on the offensive line for Denver this year is walking off the field under his own power. He has not missed a snap all season long. And he's kind of working out his left hand. So Luke Wattenberg, the 5th-round pick from Washington last year, he is in at right guard. That was the one Achilles heel by Denver. They did not have a lot of interior offensive line depth. Luke Wattenberg, I'm sorry, Luke, if you're listening as you play, was a disaster in the preseason. So hopefully that has washed away. Second and 6 for Denver. Play clock winding down. 1 second. Snap it, Russ. Snap it. He does in time. Wilson throwing downfield. That's intercepted. Intercepted. Looking for Cortland Sutton. It's picked off. Second pick of the day for Derek Stingley Jr. Second interception of the day for Russell Wilson. This is just a great play by Derek Stingley, I think, more than a bad pass by Russ. Like, Cortland Sutton, the pass is a little late, but Derek Stingley just comes over and he just plucks this out of Cortland Sutton's hands. The ball just sort of floated up there for a second too long, but a great play by 24. And Russ, with a costly interception there in the fourth quarter, gives the Texans the ball back. Derek Stingley with 4 picks in the last 3 games now. First and 10, Stroud at his own 30 or 27. Pitch to the left, a run. Pierce, he is swallowed up. No gain on the play. Defense needs a quick stop here, right? Obviously, a touchdown is less than ideal. A field goal still keeps you in this game with it being 5 points. But for now, let's focus on getting a 3 and out. That's the first fourth quarter interception this season for Russell Wilson. Second and 10. Snap to Stroud. CJ dumping it off. This is caught Mechie. And John Mechie is going to get 9 yards, and that'll bring up 3rd and 1. It's not the biggest play of the game right now, but it's definitely an important one if Denver's defense can force a 3 and out and get the offense back on the field. Spam those threes. Let's go. Will's doing it. Ty Man's doing it. Debbie's doing it. Amito. Tim Green's here. Trent. Spam those threes. Kingston. Zachary. And Stroud calls a timeout on 3rd and 1 with the play clock winding down. That's the threes right there, Sam. That's the threes. That's why I asked you to spam it. Houston is down to 1 timeout, and that's because of the chat. That's a badge of honor, everyone. Just pat yourself in the back right now. Derek Carr suffered an injury, by the way, for the Saints. Slowly helped off the field. Jameis is in, baby. J-Bo time. And Jameis Winston on 2nd and 3 pitches it backwards, and that goes nowhere.
This is for the Seminoles.
This is for the Seminoles. All right, so Denver has all 3 timeouts. Houston has 1. 3rd and 1. Hit that thumbs up button if you want the Broncos to make a stop and get the offense back on the field. Even if you're not superstitious, someone else in the chat is. So help them out by liking the video. 3rd and 1, I formation. Stroud under center. It's a QB sneak on 3rd and 1, and CJ gets the first down. So Stroud keeps it himself, and he gets just enough for the first down. And 1st and 10. CJ Stroud is very wobbly right now. And the referee stopped the game himself and said, you have to leave the game. So CJ Stroud is kind of walking around a little, I don't know where I am right now. And the referee said, go get tested, concussion protocol. Does he get hit in the head or something? Maybe a little bit by Josie Jewell. So CJ Stroud has to exit the game. Case Keenum is the backup in Houston. He does look a little drunk. You know that kind of drunk stumble outside the bar? So Keenum on 1st and 10 hands it off. It's a gain of 3 yards. My suspicion is Houston is going to run it 2 straight times. Oh, Davis Mills is actually the backup quarterback. Jacob, we'll throw your super chat on after the 2nd down play, buddy. Second and 7, 12 likes away. 12 likes away. Second and 7. Snap to Mills. Davis throws to his right. That is caught. Nico Collins, 1st down and more. Collins pushed out of bounds, out towards midfield. Nico Collins is closing in on 200 yards. Jacob Kistner with a $2 super chat. $2 because Broncos fans were A+ last week at the Browns chat. Jacob, appreciate you being an awesome sport, man, and being a big fan of chat sports and just everyone involved. Thank you for your support, and that gets you added to our F the Texans hat. Every super chat gets you added. 1st and 10, and no gain on that play from Dameon Pierce. A loss instead. PJ Locke blowing it up. Jacob Kistner. Five likes away. Davis Mills still in the game, it appears. Nope. Just as I say that, CJ Stroud comes back in. So Stroud back in after clearing a quick concussion protocol. And Stroud is sacked. Down he goes. PJ Locke, ladies and gentlemen. That is his 2nd or 3rd sack of the season as he fills in for Kareem Jackson. PJ Locke makes a big sack on 2nd down, and Houston facing 3rd and very long. Spam those 3s, and we're at 300 likes. Let's go. Spam those 3s. I'm going to pick a 3rd down person right now. Spam those 3s. 3rd and 23. Whoever spams 3 is going to get a free addition to the F the Texans hat raffle. 3rd and 23. Snap to Stroud. CJ pressured. CJ is going to throw it, and that is caught. But a gain of 13 will not be enough as the 3rd down comes up short. And the 3 I pick out of the crowd is Dennis Elliott. Dennis Elliott. Appreciate you, Dennis. Free addition. 4th and 9. And Stroud hobbles off the field. Final in Foxborough. 6-0 Chargers. They improved to 5-7. Denver's got 2 big games coming up against them over the rest of the season. Dennis Elliott. 4th and 9, and the punt is a touchback. Okay. Dennis Elliott with 2 L's and 2 T's.
PD, our horse race is starting to fill up a little bit here. You and I have horses just right there at the bottom, just to be part of the fun, but...
We're not actually going to win.
No, yeah.
It's just to have one on there.
If one of ours wins, we'll just run it back, do it one more time.
But any super chat, no matter the amount, gets you added to our F the Texans hat raffle. And then we're going to do that raffle at the end of the game. And do you want to throw the Venmo L3 on the bottom of the screen? We'll run a 50-50 raffle at the end of the game if you want to Venmo $10 to Matthew Peterson. But Denver with the ball, trailing by 5 at their own 20. Under 5 to go. Wilson throwing over the middle. That's caught Courtland Sutton. Gain of 25 and more. Sutton out to the 48-yard line of the Houston Texans. And a big play made by number 14 yet again. Courtland Sutton with a great reception, but a beautiful throw from Russell Wilson.
Jacob Kistner says that was his first Broncos Super Chat, technically.
That was, Jacob. Broncos country. Let's ride. Broncos country. Let's ride. 1st and 10 for Wilson at Houston's 48. Snap to Russ. Quick throw caught Marvin Mims, and 19 is going to get about 7 yards on 1st down. Touchdown would take the lead for Denver. Under 4 to go here. Sub for dubs. Sub for dubs, baby. Will Levis, by the way, finds Hopkins for the Titans. Missed extra point. Tied at 25 in Nashville. I only say that because the Colts are tied with the Broncos and the Texans at 6 and 5 in the wild card hunt. Wilson at the Houston 43. Snap to Russ. It's a handoff for Javonte. He only gets a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 3rd and 4. Sub for dubs, baby. Come on. Keep the good times rolling. 3rd and 4. Third and 4. Wilson in shotgun. 3rd and 4. Wilson's calling an audible. 3 seconds on the play clock. 2, 1, takes the snap. Wilson rolling to his left, throwing, and that is incomplete. There is a flag. Samaje Perine on the wheel route, works his way back to the football. DB runs through him, and that's going to bring out a flag. Pass interference defense, number 48. And that's pass interference. That ball is in the air, and Samaje Perine is blown off the ball. 1st down, Denver. Just under 3 to go in the game. 5-point lead. Denver trying to keep their 5-game winning streak alive. Houston trying to bounce back after a loss last week and keep their playoff hopes alive. Sub for dubs, baby. Police, that is correct. 1st and 10. Snap to Wilson. Handoff. Williams. Javonte gets just 2 yards on the play. All right. Second and 8. Wilson. Probably one more play, maybe 2 before the 2-minute warning. Snap to Russ. Wilson dumping it off. Highlight reel, Jalil's pushed out of bounds. Gain of 1 on 2nd and 8. That'll bring up 3rd and 7. Sam, on 3rd and 7, I think we can agree that pass makes sense. If we are entertaining the other side of the argument, if you're going to go for it here anyway, which you should, maybe you try and make it 4th and 3.
With all 3 timeouts, you try maybe 2 plays for 8 yards, get yourself in a spot to where if you trust your defense to get one stop and kick a field goal.
I would still pass here, but I just wonder if that's creeping into Sean Payton's head. At the 29-yard line, Wilson takes the snap. Russ is pressured. Russ is going to tuck it and run, and Wilson on 3rd and 8 gets 7 yards. It'll be 4th and 1. And that goes to the 2-minute warning. Yeah, how many subs can we get for the 2-minute warning here? Let's get ourselves to 18,650. Let's get 25 subs for a 5-point comeback right now. Let's go. Red zone peak here. Texans, not the only team manicuring a 5-point lead. Falcons have one over the Jets, 13-8. All right. It'll be 4th and 1 at about the 22-yard line. So from there, a 39, 40-ish yard field goal. I don't really see the point of kicking a field goal. You go from a 5-point deficit to a 2-point deficit, and then you need the defense to make a stop. What's more likely, the defense makes a stop or the offense picks up 1 yard? I would lean towards the offense picking up 1 yard. Let's go. Sub for dubs, baby. 934 people tuned in right now. If you're sub, type sub in the channel. Let's go. Come on. Sub for dubs. I'm shouting out everyone who types in sub in the chat. Will, King Noah, Johnny, Adam, Jacob, Paige, Michelle Sanchez, Debbie Pierce, Amito, Trent, Dennis Elliott, ZMF, Nick, Garrett, Mason, Mark Kelly, Go Knox, Angel, Mason Cox, ZMF. Sub for dubs, baby. Let's go. Come on. 5-point game. 4th and 1 on the other side of this 2-minute warning. I say you go for it. I don't think we're going to see Denver trot out the field goal unit. Kick a 3-point field goal. Have a 2-point deficit. And use all 3 timeouts to get the ball back with no timeouts in about 90 or so seconds and drive the length of field. Well, drive at least in field goal range. You know, a lot to go right there, whereas you could just go for 1 yard here. If you don't get it, you still have all 3 timeouts to make a stop and get the ball back. Okay, here we go. The Broncos offense stays on the field for 4th and 1. Who you got? Broncos Texans. Let's go. I'm sorry, did Denver just use a timeout? What are you doing? Sean Payton just used his first timeout out after the 2-minute warning. Evidently did not like the look that the Texans defense gave him. If Denver does not pick up this first down, they just made it that much hard. They cost themselves 40 seconds to... I think they get the ball back with 2 timeouts and a stop. But yes, the game would essentially be over. So you just put all of your eggs in this basket here by calling a timeout. I don't really see that move at all. Fourth and 1 at the 22-yard line. Over 1,000 people watching. Sub for dubs. Wilson under center, I formation. Trying to get the defense to jump. Handoff. And Javonte Williams has it. It's close. I think he got it. A second/third effort from Javonte got the first down. He was initially stopped, but he kept those legs moving. He's got tree trunks for legs. He stopped there, stopped again, and then he keeps going. And he's got the first down. Whew. All right. First and 10, Denver at the 21. Minute 20, clock's ticking. Wilson, play action. Wilson dumping it off. That's caught over the middle. Williams, gain of 4. Inside the Prize Picks red zone, Denver's got 2 timeouts. Houston has 1. Minute and 5 and counting. The Texans are not in a rush to use a timeout of theirs. For them, it's clear. Keep them out of the end zone, you win this game. 2nd and 6, empty set. Wilson in shotgun. Clock's ticking off. 41 seconds and counting. Russ takes the snap. Four-man rush. Throws to his right. That's caught Jerry Jeudy. Gets out of bounds. Gain of 4 on 2nd and 6. That'll bring up 3rd and short. 35 seconds. 3rd and 2. Denver's got 2 timeouts. You could run it here if you wanted to. I think if you're Denver, you should. Try to pick up the first down on the ground here and burn one of your first 2 or one of your 2 timeouts remaining. 3rd and 2. At the Texans, 14, 13-yard line. Wilson takes the snap. It's a pass. Russ throws it out of bounds. Flushed out of the pocket on 3rd and 2. And here we are, 4th and 2. This is the ball game, folks. This is the ball game.
By the way, not to distract either, we got the news. Tank Dell, broken fibula.
Tank Dell broke his leg. That's awful.
Headed to IR.
Texans receiver broke his leg back in the first quarter of this game. 4th and 2, what would you do? Run or pass, Sam? Right now, go. 3, 2, 1, don't think. Run. I would. Denver calls a timeout, which, you know what? That's a fine timeout to use. You only have 30 seconds left. You're probably not going to use 2 timeouts unless you get sacked. So you kind of burn that card to have an extra timeout in your back pocket. Sub for dubs, baby. We're 1 sub away from 18,650. Ooh, come on. If I'm Sean Payton right here, I'm going to run it. I'm going to run it. I'm going to put my trust in Javonte Williams to get 2 yards. Fourth and 2. Russell Wilson. Empty set. So unless it's a design QB run, it'll be a pass here. Empty set. 4th and 2. 30 seconds. 1 timeout each. Wilson cannot get the snap off because a timeout is called by Houston. That's their final timeout. So the Texans burn their final timeout. 1,200 people tuned in right now. Sub for dubs. Sub for a first down. How about that? Come on. Under 30 seconds to go. Fourth and 2. I'm nervous. Let's go. Fourth and 2. I would run it. I would run it. Denver, the last time out there, set up in an empty set formation, and they roll out in the same formation. Empty set for Russell Wilson. 4th and 2, 30 seconds left. At the 13-yard line. Russ takes the snap. Wilson's pressured. Wilson's going to run with it. Rise at the first down. Russell Wilson calls his timeout from the 6-yard line with 21 seconds. Maybe 23 or 24. Yeah, they'll add 2 or 3 more seconds. But 1st and goal, Denver. Russell Wilson scrambles for the first down. Nice play by number 3. One's coming in from Paige, from Debbie, from Ty Man. This is nerve-wracking. Oh, boy. First and goal at the 6. Denver is out of timeouts. So a sack here with 23 seconds is not an absolute killer, but it's pretty darn close to one. It's got to be quick route concepts. I mean, you're at the 7-yard line, so it's not like the receivers have to run very far. 8-yard line officially. Wilson in shotgun. Takes the snap. Russ throwing to the end zone. That's incomplete. No flags. 2nd and goal with 20 seconds. No timeouts for either side. 2nd and goal. At the 8-yard line, you cannot run. It's 4 straight pass plays here. Sub for dubs. Yeah, this is a witch number. It's a witch number. Get rid of the witch number. 2nd and goal. Wilson in shotgun. Russ, play clock winding down. 2 seconds. 1. Gets the snap off in time. 5-man rush. Russell throws. That's incomplete. 16 seconds. Jeepers. 2 more cracks at it. 3rd and goal. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay, 3rd and goal from the 8. You can't run it. No timeouts remaining for either side. 16 seconds. Trips to the top of the screen. Wilson takes the snap. Oh, he's pressured. Wilson avoids a sack, and he throws it to the end zone. It's picked off. Intercepted, and the Texans are going to win this game. Houston's going to win it. Wilson intercepted. His 3rd pick of the day. That sucks. Looking for that Nate Atkins. I don't know what Russ is doing here. That ball had no chance. Nick Kroll. Or Luke Kroll. One's the actor. It doesn't fucking matter. Oh. All right. Well, that sucks. Stroud takes a knee, and that is the ball game. Ultimately, 3 turnovers by Russell Wilson were too much to overcome. Defense didn't have the takeaways today, and the offense only put up 17 points without some help. And that's the ball game. 22-17 Houston. The 5-game winning streak comes to an end. Tim, I'm asking myself the same question. So Denver now at 6-6 is on the outside of the playoff picture still. Houston improves to 7-5. They currently hold the 7th seed in the AFC playoffs. All right. Should we jump into a quick post-game show right now? So we're going to break down this game here really quickly. Oh. 25-25 in Tennessee between the Colts and the Titans. But that is brutal. So, just taking a moment to kind of decompress that loss if you're Denver here. This sucks. Like, you had an opportunity at the end of the game. That's always a bummer. And unfortunately, they could not capitalize on a chance to steal victory from the jaws of defeat. Let me know when you're ready. Let's do this thing, Sam. The Broncos' 5-game winning streak comes to a halt in Houston. 22-17, the Texans win it. A interception by Russell Wilson at the end of the game in the end zone was the final nail in the coffin for Denver's comeback attempt. They trailed by 10-plus points at some stages of this game, and ultimately Houston's offense and defense were both equally too much to overcome, right? It was all Houston's offense in the first half, and in the second half, it was the takeaways for Houston's defense. Russell Wilson threw 3 interceptions after completing 15 of 26 passes for 186 yards and 1 incredible touchdown to Courtland Sutton. Now, I am not going to overly panic after this loss. Denver now sits at 6-6 on the outside looking in. This does not help their playoff chances, without a doubt. It's not only just a loss in general, it's a loss in the AFC, which is a tiebreaker, and it's a head-to-head loss against Houston. So if these two teams finish with both 9 or 10 wins or something like that, the Texans are going to have the tiebreaker. But a lot of football left. The Broncos played a tough team on the road, and they went down pretty much to the final second of the game. So a lot to work on offensively for Denver. But who do you blame for the loss today? Before I really get into the nuts and the bolts of this post-game show, I want to know from all of you right now, who do you blame for this loss, right? Who do you walk away thinking that guy ultimately cost us the game? For me, I think you got to go with Russell Wilson. 3 very costly turnovers at inopportune times, especially the final interception. Russ simply looked a little bit like the quarterback we have seen the last few weeks, minus the interceptions. And that's a big factor, but it just looked like Russ was a game manager that was just one bad game away from having an extreme meltdown. And we saw that. When you look at Denver's offense, pitiful. Pitiful. 282 yards, 164 yards through the air, 118 on the ground, 3 interceptions, and did not even possess the ball for half of the game. Denver's offense, by all accounts, was a failure. I mean, there's been worse games. Great touchdown pass to Courtland Sutton, but outside of that, Russell Wilson missed a couple early deep throws to Courtland Sutton in the first half of the game. The ground game was not producing big chunks of yardage, and I mean, let's just call it what it is. If Samaje Perine does not get away with that forward progress call, or does not get a lucky break from that, this game is a blowout, right? Unfortunately for Denver, or fortunately for Denver, I should say, there's still a lot of football to be played. And they've got to find a way to get guys like Jerry Jeudy more involved. I mean, Jerry Jeudy was wide open on 1 4th down play for what would have been a walk-in touchdown. But Jeudy is not a bad player. Like, he is talented. Unfortunately, he does not see the football enough. Javonte Williams had 13 carries for 46 yards, had a crucial conversion on the final drive, long as 16, but the offense from the start to the finish was just, it looked like someone learning to drive stick for the first time, where it's like, okay, are we going? Okay, thank you. I set my head in the backrest right there. Like, it never felt like they were really in a flow by any account. So, plenty to work on, and this was my fear. And some of you were very upset with me, and I don't care, for saying that, what's the offense going to look like if Denver does not have 4 or 5 takeaways in the game? Well, we just saw it, and it was 17 points, and it was pulling teeth for those 17 points. Now, we're going to talk about the defense in just a moment, but our sponsor for today's show is Prize Picks. Make sure you check out Prize Picks right now and select 2 to 6 player stat projections, more or less on those. And the more player stat projections you add, well, the bigger the winnings you could make. So go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a deposit match up to $100. We can check out my selections for Sunday Night Football just as an example of what it looks like, and you can ride with me or you can fade me. But I'm taking the less on Jordan Love's passing yards, the more on Patrick Mahomes', and then I'm going to go less on both wide receivers. Neither receiver is all that great in my eyes, and these are 2 good defenses. So those are my selections for Sunday Night Football. Make sure you check it out, prizepicks.com/CLNS, code CLNS for a deposit match up to $100. The link for that is in the comments and description of today's video. Why did Denver lose? They didn't get a takeaway. Like, that, I think, is the ultimate difference maker here, is Denver's offense was fueled by all 16 of the takeaways amid the 5-game winning streak, because some of those were very close wins, and they needed every single takeaway to keep themselves in the game, like in Buffalo and Minnesota, and in the Kansas City game, and the Cleveland game, it was to distance themselves, right? They used takeaways to win in 2 different styles. Unfortunately, Houston was smart and cautious with the football. They did a good job of protecting it. CJ Stroud did not turn it over. He had that strip sack, but ultimately Houston jumped on the ball, and I don't really understand how that happened because P.J. Locke came out of the pile with the football, but whatever. And that was the difference maker. There's also one other difference maker. I have a lot of difference makers. How about Nico freaking Collins? Like, this unfortunately reeked of September Vance Joseph. Nico Collins has 9 grabs for 191 yards and 1 touchdown. Maybe you put Pat Surtain on him for the rest of the game. At some point, we have to stop blaming coaches and blame players for failing to execute. But also, let's put players in positions to succeed. And when Tank Dell went down with a broken leg, unfortunately, all eyes went on Nico Collins. And Patrick Surtain, he had left the game earlier with a knee injury, but you should have had him all over Nico Collins for the entirety of the second half and not messing around with Fabian Moreau at times. Dameon Pierce, he had 15 carries for 41 yards. Denver's run defense is getting better and better and better by the week. So if you're looking for a silver lining defensively, I know the broadcast was like, the defense is keeping this game or keeping the offense in this game at the half. How about the defense giving up like 289 rushing yards? 264. How about the defense giving up nearly 200 passing yards in the first half alone? So there's blood on everyone's hands after this loss. But I think the ultimate takeaway here is Russell Wilson's 3 interceptions. You're just not going to win a lot of games that way. I mean, Denver's been on the other side of this very often. They're the team usually winning 22-17 because they get the 3 interceptions and they eke out a bit of a close-ish win. For Denver, they got a taste of their own medicine in this loss. But that's going to do it for us on our post-game show today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you have not already. We're going to keep you guys informed and entertained. Okay, so if you're looking for a daily Broncos YouTube channel, this is the channel to go to. We're going to keep you guys up to speed on everything, including injury news. And fortunately, there's not a whole lot of injury news to come out of this game for Denver. Chris Manhertz, he left the game briefly early on, but outside of that, Denver stayed relatively healthy in this game. Quinn Miners briefly exited the game as well. But injury-wise, Denver escapes with a somewhat clean bill of health as far as clean bill of health go in Week 13. No one's going to be all that healthy. But the final score, 22-17. Denver goes to 6-6. They are not out of the playoff race, but this is like a triple loss. Like, you just lose altogether. A loss in the AFC and a head-to-head loss against the Houston Texans, which might come back to bite you later on in the year. All right, who do you blame? Let me know. Okay. We got to sign off. We got to get going. This was unfortunate, but I appreciate Johnny, Kawhi AF. Oh, let's do the quick raffle. Silly me. Let's do the raffle. Okay. So raffle time, raffle time. Here we go. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1. They're off. Stay the track. This is a much more uplifting way to end the stream, I would say. I got to send back the 50-50s. Unfortunately, we did not get enough. So, Michael, I'm going to send your $10 back. 39 seconds. No 50-50. Okay. Kawhi AF in the lead.
Look at our horses, P. Our horses suck.
Our horses are slow as shit. Our horses...
20 seconds.
20 seconds. Okay. 12 seconds to go. 10. Kawhi AF with the lead. There's John E. It could be anyone at the stage. 5 seconds. Here's Kevin Shepherdson. Look at Will. Look at Will. Will Hutchins. Will, congratulations. Will, email me, Matthew@chatsports.com, so I can get in contact with you for our F the Texans hat. It's Matthew, very simple, @chatsports.com. Email me there, or you can DM me on Twitter @MatthewPD, and I'll get your address, and we'll send you this F the Texans hat. All right, that's going to do it for us on our Broncos Texans stream. Appreciate everyone for hanging out with us. We will see you all next week for another edition of the Broncos Breakdown Watch Party.